Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Viggy, and I make live videos.
Mostly of Yiddish.
If I'm a fan of the video, please consider giving my like, giving my share, giving my subscribe. And if you're also on the channel, get by hit the join button. It's got a longer, easy way. Thank you. By becoming a member, hit the join button if you want to become a member. Das geht mal paar Minuten, du bist da. Bis du etwas einer wie was checkt daran. So, handige Video, handige Nacht ist sponsored. Bei someone was will als achter Seiger soll ich wasen der darf. So we're gonna do that. So, und sind wir warten bis 8. Seiger, der ist uns haben. Der Judah hat rausgegeben, DJ Judah hat rausgegeben ein Album. Ach, mein Single. Starker nur, oder? Sehen wir das schon aus der ganzen Tag an. YG. Hello and welcome. YGO. Bis Naidu, YGO. Hello and welcome. Okay, so bis 8. Seige. Mal sehen, was wir jetzt watschen. No. N-O. Jetzt gehen wir watschen das. Na, das ist nicht eine gute Idee. Just because 8. Seiger geht an der MDY. Sie geworden gesponsert, der Handnacht ist sponsored. So, ich darf treffen etwas, was ist weniger wie ein Schuh. Hat man gemacht, man sagt, sie man sagt, für diese Woche. Einregen. Hold on, I'm heading though. Hey, there's no doubt that he's changing the landscape of things.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Just that. Jeder kann schon nach Hause gehen. Big Volvi. Hello and welcome. How you doing? How was your day? Moishi 299. Hello and welcome. So the Hantige Nacht episode is sponsored. In jener will sich so watchen, der MDY geht gein 8. Seiger live. Not as cold as last week. Ist das kalt, sagst du, huh? So, we got a paar Tage herig Zimmer. We had regular summer situation going on. For a few minutes. Okay, we dat machen du Grenzen. So, hold on. Kirschenbaum has a new video. Kirschenbäum. Lass mal sehen, wie lang es ist. The ice in the bathtub. Nice. Al gemeld. Okay, this is ein shoe. Hold on. What I'll do is I'll start this one in around 7:55. 8 Zeiger. En ga tanzen van dem. In gaan see the sponsored one. Alex. Hello and welcome. How you doing? Okay, this is Carolina Expo. I guess Caroline had gemacht the Expo. Is this what you're talking about, the new one? 9,900 views? Not bad. Gaan we aan in intro. Echt een begin bij Alex, how was your day? Dit brengt er ook de essence van Jerusalem. Jack Stone. Hello and welcome. How you doing? How's your day? Okay, laat maar eens watchen. Nice. Was great. Alex looks on talking great. We like great.
Der größte Teil mit Chochems, der größte Gemorre. Da müssen schon was ich schlafen ein auf die Gemorre. Da können wir schlafen in die Gemorre. Man hat Wachschal, die Geschmacke klopfen.
Kennst du einen Mensch, was lacht leben mit ihm? Jener. Es ist funny. Er ist nicht sicher, wenn einer soll so schreien. Aber er weiß, das ist der neue Age, der neue Door. Was man make, you know. Das ist ein anderes.
Lang wenn wir sehen, wie sie lernt sich Geschmack.
schöne Gimore, איפה guck dort zu Daf. Klar, Geschmack.
Was ist sie lernt sich כאילו gring mit dem?
Sag Geschmack.
לא מרגע זה sie lernt sich Geschmack.
Hello and welcome.
I just want to say tonight's episode is sponsored. Achta Zeiger, I'm going to switch over to MDY. This is live. It's the eerste Shir van de Handige Daf. So it's sponsored, you know, when money talks, everything else walks. You know what I'm saying?
Money on aisle 4, money on aisle 4.
So we're gonna go collecting. No, this is a Carolina Expo. I watch this. It's very stupid and unprofessional. Hij draait eraan te brengen hype. Volvi, is that your guess? Is that your guess or a bet? Zo niet doet Zisach wussitin bij zeggen plätser. Like, who's gaat er wazen? So he's going to push the boundaries. De mensen naar hem wollten niet gewollt, maar zal zo behaven. So he's pushing the boundaries, and hopefully that is going to be interesting. Yeah. Deze mensen naar hem werden verloren, and they're not sure how to react.
Wow, sie lernt sich Geschmack.
You see what I'm saying?
Mein Leben geht das, sag ich mag eine Minute lernen.
Schöne Bescheid.
Says jeder eine kicked? Because he has to act somewhere.
Ja?
I think you should review an action movie. Moshi 299. I think you got something. Maybe eindelijk hat man dort ein, eindelijk hat man review a movie. But ich bin nicht geht mit, no. Zusammenstellen sometimes masses in a longer form von a movie. Sadly, it's so stupid. Yeah, it has to be some form of stupid. Otherwise, it's not, it's not fun. Otherwise, was noch right machen. You see what I'm saying? Like this. And also, it could be Israeli humor is different humor wie in America. And in America, different humor depending von wie die kommst.
Gita guck sa gute Vegale, Raboi sei, Gita guck! A Vegale, wo sagt große Saches, wo die Beine mal so Massach Häubes.
The Big Lebowski?
Mach mir die, Anina.
Bis du gewinn Witzen, Chevre, Osborch Hashem Gibon, Anaye, Bubale, Oder, Indi, und sich gechilig zusammen, Lajo, beide zusammen. Was ist, Chevre?
Chalib the sign that best baby.
Du ein Geschäft, was
Bastard baby. Alright. Joke.
sie lehnt zu kommen vom ganzen Land zu Modine-Lied. Und ich sage euch, auch nicht mehr gibt es dort zu viele Menschen, weil ihn nicht mehr weiter aufgenommen, gibt jeden in einem Schut, bis ins Sof. Mutzi, ich muss aber sagen, das ist nach deinem Namen. Moishe Zwiebel ruft den Mutzi, für was? Weil Mozzetz bei Kind, weißt du, ruft das Mutzi. Ich bin wenn von den ersten Klienten seine und ich will auch sagen, sie alle sich wie sein. Ich weiß, was du da hast, sich verloren. Da sitzt man zusammen mit seinen Tate. Sie richtig hat ein Sohn, geht Schirut VIP-Fight in einem Business Soft. Und die schönste, gibt gute Preise. אין מתחרים. ועכשיו זה לא נגמר, תעזוב כבר את היד, ועכשיו זה לא נגמר רק בעגלות. כל מוצרי התינוקות,
It's just noise. He's making noise. That's what he's doing.
אתה רוצה את החברה הזה של המוצצים, לול כזה.
Music Manic.
Hello and welcome. Oops. Hello.
Hello and welcome. How's your day?
יש את הסגנון האנטיק שהעלית על הסטטוס שהבאת עכשיו, האמריקאי הזה, וסדרי צח הזה. חבר'ה, מה שאתם צריכים, ליווי בלעדי שהוא הביא את זה, נכון? צודק. הדברים הכי...
Macht so viel Noise, als wenn einer rot a Baby in der Days gewartet, geht oh, wieso heißt der, gemacht kein Noise?
טובים, השירות הכי טוב, המותגים הכי גדולים וגם מוצרים זולים. כל מה שקשור לתינוקות, הכל אצלו, אז באמת תעברו ושווה לבוא מכל הארץ.
אם יש משלוחים אפשר לשגע אותי, להתקשר אליי,
יש לכם דגם מסוים, פשוט תכתבו לו, אני עכשיו שם לכם את המספר ולינק, פשוט להתקשר אליך ואתה שולח.
באמצע הלילה, מי שרוצה, מתקשרים אליי אנשים ב-12, יש להם בעיה, לא יודעים להרכיב את העגלה, להרכיב את העריסה, הכל אני עונה, עם שירות הכי טוב, עם החיוך הכי טוב שאפשר, ובמחיר הכי טוב.
ושמעתי שמועה שאתה הולך לפתוח עכשיו גם בייביסיטר לילדים.
יש כמה סניפים.
יש כבר כמה סניפים של בייביסיטרים.
בייביסיטרים.
יוחנן. אנחנו מתרגשים שבאתם פה לאקספו הגדול של קרלין, אחרי שאתם ראיתם שזה יצא כל כך טוב, בטח גור...
Kennen die Heberman schmeichelt. Die hechen mir, they like, oh my God, we got a loose cannon here.
חכו את זה, אולי זה רעיון טוב?
יש גור, אני יודע שהם בהיערכות לכזה דבר.
הם כבר הולכים
In wer is er? Mir is er?
לעשות את זה?
בהיערכות רצינית.
אבל מי היה ראשון?
כל מה שמישהו יעשה ואנחנו נעשה יותר מאוחר, גור.
The viewers are leaving. Oy vey. That's no good. Einer hat etwas besser zu watschen bis 8 Uhr.
יותר טוב, זה לא...
Einer hat
זה
etwas
אחד דומה מהשני.
Die Sache ist, ich will nicht schon haben a Podcast, a Schmies oder a Podcast, in noch dem werden stock. Weil 8 Zeiger ist du the sponsorship.
הרב גולדקנופ מכיר את השיר כוח סוף של רבן קרלינה?
אני חסיד קרלין ביסוד.
באמת? ומתי התקרבתם לגור?
הסבא שלי, מצד אמא שלי, היה חסיד קרלין.
Okay, this is of Hebrew. Avrumi. Hello and welcome. Ja, jetzt gehen wir da weg an. Was ist Hebrew? Das ist nicht echt so interessant. With Mandy, the secret made simple. Ich habe ein Feeling, dass das ist ein Ad. This is 54 minutes.
Is het al? De camera roll?
Oh, okay. Dan gaan we doen even doen met een... We're gonna go as long as we can. And hopefully, you know... Launching a product in 2026 using personal brand. Positivity. En tof in... Oh, het gelijk beide dan. Du wurde im Shelter. Let's get into it.
Wel, Ellie läuft mir. So
Mooi, ik voel hier een beetje zo veel te zijn. Is dan involved in alle stories. De funniest status ik geween. Deze die benutzt deze als dan plek. Oeh, is dat stijf.
Ja, was het
gemeint? Voor mij is paper. Zeg, geherige harte laminated, zeg.
Shield.
Oké.
Vreemd me geschreven naar de computer, geen zijn paswoord.
Nee? Rikke, Westwood darf mir geven aan computer?
Ja.
Ja.
Ja. Hoe is dat 10 dagen zo dat je computer?
Arjen, gaan we? Computer.
Eigenlijk mee. Gewoon zo zelfs werden.
Ja, dit is ganz geschmack.
All right, no. Wat we gaan doen, CM. Goed, ik ben niet subscribed to the Positivity Podcast. Patch. Subscribed, all right. Er gaat doen met de zinger. Laat maar doen met de zinger. Oh, the member only. Hold on. Ten is gehad eens doen met... Van jij dan? Oh, dat is een bonus. Wat we gaan doen met...
Je te wacht. Thank you, Gevre, voor toen.
Jetzt gaan we nog een paar minuten doen bis 8 zeggen.
Into positivity. Thank you so much for the feedback, by the way. Amazing feedback that I get from the billboard, from the bus stop billboard. And take a shout out to iCatch Media, Mrs. Razy Fried, for helping me put that up there. Beautiful week that it was that went through with Weber Media. Many knew just from the very came up. They told me the next week they cash, but they wanted. This should be our that week on the song.
Een second.
En zwei
Like and share.
Positivity
Okay.
/ Pullerstock. Kan het in de noemen?
Pullerstock for now is
Zijn we de hardste?
this moment is retired.
Okay.
Oh, no way. Het retired Pullerstock?
Okay.
All right.
I want to cover a few interessante topics. Kunnen we samen doen Hershey Bleich, which is a singer and a composer and a gitaar. Mensch arbeidsweer, just recently geworden engaged. And ik wil coveren een paar zaken. The engagement, ik wil redden wegen de podcast. What made you launch a podcast? Because when we spoke, you didn't have a podcast yet. Ik wil redden wegen de nieuwe album. This is going to be very interesting. So we gaan de oorlog door een stukje preview of wat we gaan redden. En kan ik al een snelle break voor onze sponsors.
Oh, gee. I mean, good for him, but...
Investment.
Listen, met dat mag geld. Met dat mag geld, you know what I mean?
De link is...
Telegaam. Celebrating live in zijn beide engagements. Kan ik mag Telegaam?
Ja, kan je gaan drinken met kerst. Ik ga lang tijd, weet je?
Ja, dat wordt engaged.
Ze komen uit dezelfde color.
Ze zitten dezelfde color, correct.
Oké. Cheers.
En met like dan tijd doen.
Of is het center?
De bottle doen.
Okay.
To all the good.
Okay, maar doen aan.
En het is in de top 5, top 10. Like top performing podcast. En ik meen dat moet ze geëerd zijn, dan context probably 500 mensen.
Meer.
Ja?
Ja, probably closer to 1000.
Wow. Ik meen dat moet ze omgaan met de ganze sterren zeggen, but it's a loyal following. De sterren oilum is zeer board. Like, not meaning, wenn zij zijn of sterren. Eenmaal het omgekeerd met de sterren, so de zie is omgekeerd met de sterren, dan zijn we schigger board.
Weil die like status macht zij nog nicht Bord. I mean, macht dich auch nicht Bord. Weil die bist der Liger.
Is er bij gezien van mij. Meaning, zijn er daar te stay, de daar te schmoes, zijn er daar voor entertainment. So different wie de Instagram, LinkedIn was me gecheckt met naar, but bekitzer, so that was an amazing episode. En mensen me gehaald naar beten.
Zij is ook next. You're next, Viggy? This one or?
More. Now, as you did Polish talk and interesting different endeavors, volnants here and more. So let's start with the question everybody has in mind, I believe, is how does it feel to be engaged? The thousands of bookers watching this, jongere, ältere.
Eerder gehoogd engaged. So de beide kennen het.
They weiß von was engagement nach mind, but du bookers watching this and they want to get engaged. And they're like, wow, Hershey, you made it. How does it feel? How did you do it? So if you want, give us the rundown. Full microphone.
So, de
11 minuten in de eerste moeilijkheid. Dat is funny.
eerste moe ben ik geweest. Ik ben als zaken anders wie het. Koiden call op mijn gered damals van zich date niet. Ik heb een beetje gered van mijn dating life. Ik heb nog niet gehad gedate at that time. Een beetje später heb ik getroffen mijn beautiful Kalle. En wenn ich getroffen mein Kalle, hat sie gewollt I asked her out for a date.
Okay.
Und sie hat gewollt wissen, wer in der Bleich. Und sie gedenkt, als sie tamu gesehen, die Punem of the Weber. Not of the Weber, of the podcast, the Positivity.
Wow.
So she went
Yankee
on
T.
Instagram. She went through Ellie's followers, found me, and got to know me, and nu de moet sie agreed rausgegangen for a date.
Wow.
Ja.
Okay. Hij hoort ze niet meer zijn guy voor podcast of op Instagram?
Jeder einer hat sich seine journey mit seinem Weg, but ich will geben a shout for positivity.
WhatsApp status viewers out there because they have you saved in the context, not necessarily because they are interested in what you're selling. Exactly. Since by default, meinig. You know, you're there anyways. In the sag mensen just machen next. They don't really focus there.
Kann ich kein Karat, ich sicher die auch.
Although, ze doen mensen wo zoeken meer that they wait for certain content erover te komen. Like, ze machen sicher, als I gaan see certain mensen te checken.
Kann ich kein Karat Weg zu suchen für einen Menschen, so ist das Ding, dass wir engaged.
Ja.
Jeder einer hat sich seine Masse, seine Schalchen, seine interessante Sachen, was geht durch.
Ja.
Meine Schalchen gewesen, der Melech Malchem Luchem Akudish Burgi.
Right.
Ich habe nicht gehabt, kein Schalchen, der habe ich in dieser Schalchen. Aber jeder einer hat sich seine
Technically, the shot ging gewesen Instagram.
Story. But es ist ausgekommen, als dadurch ich bin gegangen auf der Weber, hat sie gewusst, mein Punem, hat sie mich gekannt connecten in ein bisschen stacken in wem sie griet raus.
Viggy is different than normal. Of course you guys are going to say that. We wait for your status, Viggy Barur. Well, thank you. But I think, all right, we'll leave it at that.
As much as you want to share, how did you meet her? Do you just want to say that I'm in the Schatgen? Because mensen willen eigenlijk wissen, wieso is dat deze?
Wieso is dat deze?
Ik heb getroffen auf een Yiddish dating app.
Right.
Ich bin gesitzen auf dem dating app für 2-3 Jahre.
Okay.
En
welke? Ringle oder J-Swipe?
Ich bin gegangen auf 3 Dates auf der App, auf welcher Zeit. Es hat nicht geklappt, it wasn't gonna work. En das hat sich ausgearbeitet.
Right. Because kan Hasidische meidlich nicht do auf the apps, bederig klau. Gemat. Unless they're very modern and kili.
Es ist dua pur.
Okay.
Aber de meidlich was arbeiten haben obviously smartphones etc.
Right.
Ich fühle wie das auch das Problem in der jüdische, chassidische Welt. A Meidl, wo es ist ein bit älter. Wie geht sie treffen als Jiddich? Es ist nicht du kann Platz, wie sie können raushängen oder sein, anywhere. In die gered von the ones was will nicht an bad. They don't want to be bad. They just want to go out and have, life. Wenn nehmen du eine Sache, wo sitzen in der Heim, sie sind dann considered a gitter Meidl, der Tate sich noch der alte Weg von der Jiddich. But how is that? Wieso kommt tun der Katz über den Wasser? Wieso wird sie akala? Which is a problem.
Traditional in the system, Meidl.
Hello and welcome. And bye. Enjoy, how are you?
Although, so nicht die ärgste Idee, because du hast Sachbucheren wir sind auf der apps.
Correct.
So Tom bist ja Meidl, was ist eine ehrliche chassidische Meidl, but you have a smartphone and you're working and you're looking for a platform.
Wieso heißt das?
I wouldn't not suggest it. It's not the worst. Obviously, ich habe getroffen, man schildig dorten.
Right.
Who knows? But there's a lot of chassidische Bucherim on these websites, on these apps.
Right. So I do a web app that says Loop, which is very interesting because dort can man nicht directly messagen a Mensch. Auf Loop müssen sein durch a friend of a friend. So ich kann untrogen, you know, a Mensch mit zieh noch a Mensch, but man kann nicht direkt in euch beide sind a Maske, dann muss können sie messagen each other. So ich diese Loop is a app was a yadu mehr chassidische meidlich that I noticed.
Loop it is?
Because dort ist nicht du kann chatten, there's no meetup, there's no, so beide davon sagen ja fahr, oder du musst schon mit you at Sinai, so do like a pur website/apps, so senden a bisschen mehr. No, do the apps where you can just message people direct. Wo suchst du, wenn ein Bucher fragt dich, should I join the app?
Sally, anybody over 18 not working, depending on the house, wieso the hose is ausgestellt, you know? Welche mein Tata man hat, welche mein Mama, welche mein Stieb me kommt von. So du was willen just an geht. In sehen wir der Herzlich.
Thank
you.
What's your response? Because I me recently gefragt and I was challenged with what do I answer him?
Whatever stadles a Mensch can machen within the bounds of Halacha and as is ausgehalten, then do it.
Right.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You should download the app and misbeer nach Hus von der app. It's another thing, just like the Riefsta Schachen.
They might even have a job, but gleich noch der Arbeit läuft man nach Heim, weil man ist ein idle Meidl, you know? Man dreht sich schon immer von Gas. How dare you, you know? So, fin Arbeit steht daran in der Hose, und der Hose ist ungezeugen, und noch dem nächsten Tag back zu der Arbeit. Wie geht sie treffen, wie geht sie machen? Es ist ein Stückchen Problem.
Riefsta Schachen für das Schildig, kannst du darauf gehen auf der App.
Einer sucht mir als in sein Office, du ein Meidl von 40, was noch Single, so einer da gefragt, like, man sieht nicht kaschiert, so gesagt, ja, aber sie will nicht skippen meine Schwester. Fragt sie, wo geht mit der Schwester? Schwester will nicht skippen 2 Brüders. So, bei alle sind sie over 40, in keiner noch Straße, keiner will nicht skippen. Just imagine.
Maybe, who knows? Ich habe so getroffen, man schildig, so
ich fühle also, wie der ganze Skippen ist schon ein Problem für eine Weile, aber keiner rief sich schon, der Abunnen riefen sich schon, skip gehirig, wo sie das nicht skippen.
For some people it works.
Right. So yeah, was ich gesehen is obviously I was very happy when I heard the news. He actually told me before the whole world knew, and I felt very honored by that, because you're girls from 5 towns in Mankala.
Ich habe gewiss 3 Minuten fahren. I'm joking.
Was auch from 5 towns. Zu gehen zu Dan L'chaim, Dan Noyam, was for me like a dream come true. Like, ich can chill mit Hasidim in 5 towns. Like, this was my best night out in 5 towns ever. So.
Binny. Hello and welcome. You didn't miss much. Sie reden, geworden nach Husen. Sie reden dadurch wegen der Dating Apps. And, achter Seiger, we're gonna switch over to the MDY live. Sie geworden gesponsert hat Nacht, so. We're gonna do the first Daf.
Oh, it was nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, at the end of the day,
so we're gonna listen to this till achter Seiger.
I do love Hasidim, so there is a challenge there. But I was super happy that you made that move, and that you plan to live there or whatever. Like this, alles is for me gewaltige chizik. How do you see to machen diverse relationships, diverse shadichem, chused to a modern girl or to
für wie soll wissen?
La Litvish girl or whatever. How do you see that? Do you think that's something people should do? How do you feel about that? Like, does it ever worry you? And I get verstehen, my mama lution and
dating app, LOL. Yeah, to do Yiddish dating apps. I mean, Yiddish means like nicht Hasidisch. Nee, gesagt, dass Hasidim sollen darauf gehen.
How did you approach that question?
Just talking.
First of all, ich und Ellie, haben wir schon gerade auf der letzten Podcast, haben wir eine similarities. To add to that, ich und Ellie sind geworden engaged in derselbe Chodesh, within the same 4 weeks. Sie haben Meidl von derselbe Area. En beide in unsere colors haben derselbe erste Nummer. Dina. Your color is Dina.
Das ist der 13. Scheivet. Hast du gewiss das?
Nein.
Der Teure. Du hast 13. Scheivet.
Nice.
Es ist Dina.
Ich kann mich gehen, Fan. We need our rabbis to fill us in over here. So, du noch eins, Dina?
De Tochter von Yankov.
Ja.
So, mein Kala ist Dina, sein Kala ist Dina. Sind wir geworden engaged in derselbe Geudisch mit der Kala von derselbe Area. Stammen so a coincidence.
Ja. Bei Eizem, wenn Menschen sagen, sehen wir aus derselbe, ist es sich häusig machen. Because sag ich um derselbe Color Hoor und derselbe Bachel.
Menschen sind...
What was that? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Ja. Bei Eizem, wenn Menschen sagen, sehen wir aus derselbe, ist es sich häusig machen. Because sag ich um derselbe Color Hoor und derselbe Bachel.
Menschen sind gewinnsten, sehen wir auch similar.
You don't really know me. When I see you, I don't think for a second you're me, and when you see me, you don't think I'm you. Because I see you as Hershey, you see me as Ellie.
Right.
Yeah, but je zoekt als die zeist hem wie hem. Of course not. Es ist Menschen nach ihm dir. Wie sie Menschen feel.
Es du gewisse Menschen, wo sehen uns als... Ich bin gerade aufgelegt auf ein Pedestal, and you can't see me for me. Ja, ist in derselbe.
Alright.
Sind wir nicht die Twins from France?
Wenn die ist draufgelegt...
Der Mensch von der Twin von France ist auch nicht derselbe Mensch. Es ist auch zwei andere Menschen. You know?
Video bei meinem Lachayim. Auf Instagram, wir kommen nach messages from strangers. You guys look alike.
Ja, aber das ist not Ariel damals.
Ariel?
Ariel.
Okay. So anyways...
Okay, so how do you
diverse...
see diversity?
Just had a client in the office because of the Daf called Rebelli's name. Out of the Daf with the Rebelli as a rebellion.
Man lebt Hand in der Welt. Wie Sachen kommen ein bisschen raus von...
Die Regeln.
Von Vermachtkeit.
The tip just is mind-blowing. Amazing.
En...
Ich hätte sagen. Es ist schwer zu gehen auf Kamera in reden, in haben a offene Dialogue. Because it's a change. Once the cameras sind sich und the mics, es ist ein different Weg von reden, wenn die redest just mit a Gruppe von Menschen. Und auch sind nicht du kein Profession. Sind nicht wie tut etwas professionally in der Rede von. Man just red. And this is what most people do. Man red. Das. They choose to put it online, you know. Ich kann nicht an sie scharf, weil ich like auch Sachen auf online, you know. Und nicht alles ist a 10. So du Sachen, was sind an 15. I'm joking. You know what I'm saying? Ich like auch Sachen, was ist stupid.
Ja.
Can't win them all.
Se is a stickel barrier, wenn die kommst von einer chassidischen Family und jeder eine redt Yiddish.
Ist auch, du sagst Sachen, wo sie können nicht reden. Wir können nicht reden, like, openly, like. Die Ends, ja, was du Konsequenzen. Redt so, der Menschen nicht lieb redt sie, jener Menschen nicht lieb So it's a constant worry, wo ist der Regime, you know what I'm saying?
En dann kann ich kein Yiddish und sind wir gesessen bei einer Chanukah-Party mit meiner Spuche die Woche, letzte Woche Chanukah, und man kann verstanden kein Wort was uns reden.
Ja, das ist eine mordige Hindernis. Ich gehe sagen, wo sie Plätze wie Menschen die kennen nicht kein Englisch, und man darf ganz an Mannen. Like, wenn es gibt sich eine Gruppe, redt man Yiddish, man redt Mameluschen, und all of a sudden, wieso HBS? Mameluschen. And all of a sudden darf man reden Englisch. It's always a mood killer. Wenn man von oben Gassene mit der zweiten von den draußen, weil fühlt nicht, weiß nicht, versteht nicht, schabt nicht. So, die Basai auch nicht.
Thomas, du zwei Menschen, die haben good communication und sie verstehen sich und sie haben dieselbe goals in life und sie haben sich lieb.
I hear that, but they are talking about barriers with modern Litvish. They have no clue what they're not married. It's a huge culture shock. Listen. Yes. Listen, ich wünsche sei beide es Bruche nachher Watzloche.
Then
I tried speaking Yiddish this Shabbos. I injured both of myself and the listeners. There was harm, huh, Sally? There was harm.
It'll work.
Right.
Hanse Tux,
wenn dir jetzt ja Friend, right, sitzt nicht so, die Geiste mit aushören, man redt, man chit-chat. Du darf es an mehr, man sitzt da so, man sitzt da hier, lässt ihm ausreden. So, es fällt weg, der ganze just talking fällt weg. So, man redt schon nicht echt. Man redt von oberflächlich. Man redt nicht von depth.
they call it a shidduch crisis. Nicht a shidduch crisis, it's an adjustment. In the system, exponentially growth wie Meshiga, so wächst exponentially, it multiplies by...
Different cultures, Sally, is a Sach mit Yiddish and English. Because einer was redt nicht Yiddish, and you go to his family, let's say she doesn't speak like him. The Kala, the Vab redt nicht Yiddish. Now you're going to a family wie, sie nicht so wie mis bilingual, man kennt English und Yiddish, und man redt Yiddish. In Menschen, die sind aufgewachsen mit Yiddish, redt man Yiddish, und all of a sudden, jetzt hast du rankluden, in jeder einer keckert, in jeder einer, es ist ein ganz, you teach them Yiddish, they have to really want to know Yiddish. Really, really have to know Yiddish. Ellie Yoili. Ellie, hello and welcome. Very few that I know, wo haben sich gesetzt, okay, ich kann Yiddish, and you have to speak Yiddish. Und nicht mehr hoben, mal die sounds funny, und die ganze situation. Ich sehe das bei mir. Ich sehe es, wie ich bin, at him sometimes. Out of 10 people, 8 Menschen kennen Yiddish. Und man schmiest in a group, let's say, man geht raus auf the porch, right? Man geht smoking auf the porch. So jeder einer riecht sich raus auf the porch, und man redt Yiddish. All of a sudden wacht auf den ein litwische Cousin, und jetzt muss ich unheim reden English, and the jokes fliehen schon nicht gehörig, the sayings are not the same. So, could be a problem.
5 to 10, each family. So, obviously, Sachen gehen sich expanden in Sachen von beiden Seiten, von der Five-Town-Seite, in der Wilhelmsburg-Seite, in der Crownheit-Seite. Aber so ich sage...
Wenn darf man reden Englisch in daheim, als euch dann sehen, darf hast du nur mit einem, was kenne ich, so stark Jiddisch, ist auch nicht kein Problem. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's a huge problem.
En dus op Chabad meidlich en...
Chabad is a bisschen different, weil der Chabad kennen a russische Yiddish, you know? So it could, you know, you can get saved. But stamma so, also kenne ich kein Wort Yiddish, it's a big problem. I mean, it's nicht kein problem, but it's just,
The goal is to go out there, find someone that loves you and that is willing to work with you through the tougher times as well, because there's always tough times. And if both have an understanding on the same goals in life, this is my number one advice that I would give someone that gets engaged. My mind, was sag Menschen kennen meinen, as it's all about the excitement. In einmal man trefft sich, jetzt dann auf wie man rief in English, a pink cloud, it's just love all the time. Which is true. Love all the time meint auch that there is going to be disagreements, misunderstandings, and
engagement advice. So wie der Manager was get advice in the warehouse. Noch ein Geist der fragen als zweiten, wie lange arbeitet du? Dann ist reingekommen vorige Woche Donnerstag.
Be ready to grow together through the harder times.
Se du achillig, man kann sagen dieselbe Lines. Einer halt noch, wenn es geleint nach Book oder es gehört ergens, oder einer, was hat durchgegangen hell, kann auch sagen das, you know?
A Meidl hat Zaten, wenn sie blust, and this is inevitable.
Ja, het is het, ze doet Zaten wie de Meidl just.
Gives it all. Come here, you know what I'm saying?
Gesinnte Meidl hat Zaten, wenn sie blust, and as the guy, it's your job to be there in a 100%. Calm manner.
Jeder eine geht zurück zu wie Zahnfeite gewinnen. You know? Ich habe gesagt mit meinen Friends, ich frage sie, ob ich noch der Hassan, wo ist denn dein erster Fight? So, wenn die redest, Disagreements, kann jeder eine geht zurück zu Zahnplay, wo es hat ein Disagreement mit, oder ein Misunderstanding.
And I feel it from the fields of the Dassische Palette.
This conversation is going to shit. Es geht nicht out. Ja, die Leute machen noch ein Babys.
Apologize. And there's a pushover. Just take the bullet, take the hit, and the end guy.
He'll find out if she loves him, if she wants to stick out to the tougher times. Ja, ja. Also weiß man. Man geht durch tough times und man sieht, wenn man kommt zurück. Also wie einer sagt, wenn man zweiter war, bis sie auch geht.
Sie wissen bei sich allein, als
you know what I mean?
Sie ist gut nicht getan wrong, and she's gonna appreciate.
But nor haben wir
The nature is a Frau bloßt.
das apologized.
Right.
Thomas das nicht apologize, as he can much acknowledge.
Exactly.
As meaning, dort is wie die can score on the points. So ist doch so geht. Ja?
Goes miles.
Because dort is sie gewesen vulnerable, and als Stutz, sollst dich mitgaben mit dem, wäre mitgeschleppt, hast you were able to notice it and sagen, oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So nicht ein big ring, the ego gets in the way.
Ze darf een line box, you know?
Getting wrong was
100%. The guys mir sagen, was sie tun, and I signed up for this, and ich bring the panus, and ich...
At the end of the day...
Was that for...
Touchy.
You want to build a family, sometimes you eat the bullet.
Too modernized Hasidische man here.
Right.
And it always comes back in a good way.
Right.
This is my advice. Be ready to go through the ups and downs, the ebb and flows of a relationship.
Right.
This is advice that I never got. And Baruch Hashem, I'm mature enough to roll with it.
Yeah, I love what you said. Wegen der Lazir Bluesen is that das ist eine von der ersten Wörter, die ich ausgelernt von meinem Kala, is because he...
Dat was gelernt. Sie schickt sie Class.
Lernt sich aus jeden Tag neue Wörter in Yiddish. Zij zich kennen ze, because they know. You know, wie veel ze kennen niet, kennen zij, maar gaat het zo.
Ebbs and flows, lusten een keer.
Zwischen sentences. Maar de eerste twee, een van de eerste twee wat ik zo gezegd is bluesen en beleidigt. Wo is de gelijk bij de tussen bluesen en beleidigt?
No.
So, beleidigt is...
Bluesen is bitchen. En beleidigt is weit ook.
De bische en beleidigt. Is beleidigt. Bluesen is nog een active zaak. Bluest jetzt.
Okay.
Verstehst? Gaat met een bluesen. Beleidigt...
De Rebbe's hebben ze de bal gegeven voor ze bluesen. And then he found out...
Ze is gaat met een beleidigd werden. Ze is... Ik ben beleidigd.
The bottle is empty. Man Carla ken ich kein Yiddish, but somehow guys watching their show and you got cotton for that.
Yeah.
So,
Two dudes are airing out and posting it on the world. Yeah, that's right, Penny. That's right, Penny.
somehow.
We are getting the first class tickets to this show.
Exactly.
Baby, I love you.
Yeah, exactly. Same. So by the way,
But all funds and games. Jeder eine, zij zijn pioneers, ja? In de Jiddische Welt nog niet doen. Zij pushen us. Ins pushen we us. It's not going to be the nicest people in front, yeah? So, some credit.
we good. Nee, wat ik zeggen. Ik heb me gewoon geleerd bij de OJBA show.
Sally, I know people that speak the same language and they don't understand each other. Nicht because it's language.
Dat ik dat mag introduceren zu einer ganze Kategorie von Jokes, was es die Ingala Jokes. Ze hebben op een gewisse level von Jokes, was ich verstehe toch so wie dad Jokes.
Ja.
Emmes? Ze ganze sterben gelassen daheim, was nicht mitgebracht, gequetscht. Jeder sagt mich, Menschen sagen, you're locked in, welcome to the club. Hallo, ich bin nicht part von deinem Gonisch.
Waar ben ik hem toen? Oh, die bist ook het bij de bus stop? Oh, die warst ook het van B11?
Ik heb zich zo, als experience daar schon. Ich habe eine ganze welcome.
De meer wie die meisten, die bist in draußen, als meer in de game bista.
To the club, like, dude, ich join is da misery. In oibig join ja da misery eventually. Laat me gaat je join jetzt, weiß ich mein, like.
Ja, maar okay.
I'm not here speaking as an expert. Ich weiß nicht, was you know, and can sagen, oh, they get you an advice. No. We're telling you experience, at least I am, from right now. We sit down morgen next year and the kind of advice is gegeben damals and experience.
So I get your advice.
gewonnen auf Demmels.
I'm kidding.
But anyway, this is an interessante Experience gehabt.
Jeder einer macht seinen Joke. Wie sagt man, es ist nicht so gut wie der Husten macht das, und es ist nicht so terrible wie der Ingerman macht das.
One engagement, zu der OJBA, jeder ein, so haben sie eine Gruppe von chaserische Jokes auch. Es ist schwer für mich zu verstehen. Ich bin ganz nicht into it.
Weil noch ist Gassen gehabt. Noch eine Kalle. Ich meine, nach Husten Kalle. Wart bis der Ringel geht auf. You know what I'm saying? Noch ein geht gehen spazieren in der Hof.
Okay.
Ja. Amazing. Wow, but that's the gewaltige clarity. How do you stay so present in the...
Ich habe ein bisschen mehr von den Sachen, wenn man redet, like Clarity, der ist 2 Wochen später. Good. Nicht, ich wünsche mir best of luck. It's just funny, wenn einer redet so breit, and you look around and you see the rate from getting divorced or staying married is low. Es fühlt so wie, at least Gyros fight ein war, you know, sie wieso dann ammo, dann a soldiers fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like, bis noch kaum ich gehen in war, bis noch kaum ich gehen gassen gehabt, and but hey, they're putting the right foot forward.
And
I give them that.
Excitement and all.
Das ist ein gewisser Male, was ich suche nicht, dass Menschen so sagen, alter Buch, aber if you bist 27 Jahre, wenn du wirst nach Husten,
27 alt.
see whenever it is, if you've been around the block, bist du schon nicht kein Kind, then you've seen things, you've dealt with things. Ich bin gewähnt in andere relationships vor dem.
Right.
So, ich hab mit Life Experience hab ich aufgepickt, genug Experience und ein bisschen wisdom. Sie wissen, how to handle. Man sagt, dass God does never put you in a position to get the good things in life when you can't handle it.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes you wait for something good to happen, and you don't understand why you're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes, you understand because He was preparing you for the experience, for the life experience, to be able to handle and stay present in your moment when it happens.
Right. Dies geteen etwas Kabulas, Menschen haben eigentlich lieb zu wissen, wenn einer wird engaged. Wo ist die geteen? How did it happen?
Just get the Mensch. Just be out there, be happy.
Being out there is the right word, I would say. I would agree with that.
Grateful for deine single days, zum gerade von dem Hand.
Yeah.
Enjoyed in seiner present in deine single days, go nicht fehlt nicht, es brennt nicht kein Feier. Und so ist es an, Menschen auch present.
Ich wollte gesagt, sucht du, als du bist ein Single-Bucher, älter oder ein Single-Meidl, sie brennt ja auf Feier. Sie brennt ja, du willst dich hassen du willst werden engaged. You want to move on, you want to be like everybody else around you, right? But what I would say is, bist du alt jetzt, sie brennt auf Feier, but whenever it happens, if it happens, no matter how long du bist gewesen single, no matter how long in wie groß der Feier gewesen, it's going to be off. You're not going to care. Als morgen gehst du raus und du treffst dann other half, no difference how long you've been single before. Das ist die Sache von der Yeshia. Yeshia nimmt weg alles. Alle Pain, alles, schrecklich wie lang. So, don't give up. Meine ich, weil du bist schon alt, kann es nicht geschehen. You get what I'm saying?
Beide Males, beide Gesroines, at the end of the day, we all need to mature up.
Don't understand how she's putting up with you. Penny, mir nicht bist du so schlecht. Mir nicht bist du so schlecht.
Lock it in and build a family. And sie kommt in die richtige Zeit. Sie kommt in die richtige Zeit für jeden einen.
Sie redet sich auch, es ist easier, wenn wir schon nach Husten oder wenn wir sagen, ja, don't worry, die ist an. The main Gita-Sache, als ich bin. You know?
And obviously you need to be able to handle it, because if not, it can boil into a lot of chaos.
Right. What do you make of the fact, as in the community currently, in do can shim advice for a bucher as we mich and dich, but not only advice from Menschen. Gits van de Lashada, by Shlomo Ehrlich, was is about information for Eltern, which is for more zaire in the system, but for a bucher wie mich and dich.
Explain, was heißt a bucher wie dich und mich?
And is do zero advice and help on how they should go about dating. Wir reden von der bucher,
weil man geht nicht dating. In der Welt, von wie die kommst, date keiner nicht. Die bist nur da rausgegangen, so keiner kennt den Jungen, wie man behaved outside of the box. Jeder einer, was ist so-called, was kann dir geben Advice, is inside from their box. So, you get what I'm saying? How could they help you with that?
We willen rausgaan van de regular shotgun approach.
Maybe the Wegweisers, the Rebbes, the community leaders, sehen, dass sie do a problem, and they go out and they reach out to things outside to figure it out, maybe. But most people, how would they know?
Wil rausgaan van other wen overgezet van a friend, family. Ze wil jou gaan of a kushere dating app. Ze weet introduced van like.
Was heißt a kushere dating app? And auch es ist du a Sache involved, weil der Tata sagt, nein, Mam Tochter bekommt mich kein working boy, and sie ist 28 years old, and hält sich bei sich. How are you bypassing that?
There is zero dating advice for the Amina mentioned. What does that tell you?
First of all, can I become into positivity and heading?
Yeah.
Correct.
In the schmies.
She's gonna indirect compliments on me. But and I appreciate but I'm giving it a compliment to you as well, because you're the one that's sharing wisdom.
Ich suche Amos Ellie. Ich habe retired von trying to actively fixen Sachen oder
Das ist, weil man kann nicht fixen. Man kann gar nicht fixen. Und die meinst, dass die es machen, ein Podcast. Ich hack nicht auf ihm Dafke. Die meinst, dass die es machen, ein Podcast, oder uns in etwas, und die es, you'll direct change, bist not deep beholen. Deep beholen. Und auch, fängt dazu ein neues Leben. So, he is checking out of his old life, right? Jetzt geht alles an geht. Jetzt geht schon um Wab, geht Kinder, and he's going to build a family, and now he has to watch what he's saying, as they say.
Complaining about.
Der einzigste Mensch, was man kann changen, ist ich. As much as man kann. So, als du fragen, von was ich oder andere Menschen machen, was sie kann sein bei Mistake, es zu helfen anderen Menschen. But you can't go on that.
Sachen, because in some system, so voert, so arbeit, in Hand ist es schon genug expanded.
The problem is, in der chassidische Welt, da viele, wenn ein Mensch sagt, ja, ich will gar nicht daten, sind nicht du, wieso? There's no platform, there's no way, really. How do you bypass the father? Ich rede von einer Gitter-Perspektive. Ich rede nicht von einer, you want to be bad. I'm saying from a good way. How do you skip the father? How do you, ich sage, Mann, Tochter, hat rausgehen, daten einem? Mann, Tochter? Mann, I huddle.
Wenn sie arbeit nicht pinklich, in all the way in the system, kann sich ein bisschen ausbreiten and
the Wegweisers, the Rebbes, wie the Tatas, was kicken auf, Rebbes, die Rebbes darf gehen zu den Tatas und sagen, change has to be made. You know, hast du gesprochen mit 4, 5 Kinder, keiner nicht geworden Chassanegarten, die halt sei in der Heim. Something has to give.
in 4 in sein Leben, das arbeit ein Muschel, ich bin nicht da.
Was heißt more modern Chassidish girls? Problem ist auch mit Levels. Wie weißt du, wie ein Mädel halt? Wie weißt du, wie die haltst? Alles ist just like a spectrum, also wie es angeschrieben.
Gegangen the perfect system von der Schiddig System. Aber es aber rausgefigert und ich bin in the system. Ich bin accepted in the system.
Was heißt, bist nicht accepted in the system? Meaning, du hast doch, ich wusste, man soll dir accepten in the system. Ich wusste nicht. Wenn die bist da a chassidische Ingemann, wenn die hast jetzt Kinder, die willst du schicken sich durch, geist du ein Problem. Sie gehen kicken dann Hairstyles, sie gehen kicken dann Sachen, sie gehen dir sagen, nein. Du bist nicht in the system. Nur wenn du bist Single, you can bend the lines, you know? Das ist doch ein Pies, du kannst auf Matschub, du kannst touchen an Bord. Wenn die hast Kinder, die das schicken in Heider, you have to buckle down. Oder kannst du schicken sie Heider, wo es ist nicht let's put it, hecher dir. Mehr nicht chassidisch wie dir.
Right.
And I have a very happy life.
Yeah.
So it's
beautiful.
It works. At the end of the day, Anshe Shulamaini.
In a few minutes, man change into the MDY from your sponsorship. Sind wir going to get sponsored that Nacht, so
We make it work.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I agree. Very nice. So ik stak ken das area was mir redt nicht, but soll sagen gefahren. Also es kommt zu positivity.
Kommt zu positivity. Ich bin sicher nicht.
Kommt zu Viggy auch.
Bekomme ich bezahlt genug, sie fixen Probleme.
Ja. Lass mal checken. Jetzt bin ich ein Alleinsmann-Producer. Wir uns recorden in der späten Nacht, okay? Okay, ga ich gleich weiter.
Hast du es gepost?
Ich habe gewollt sagen, nein, ich habe just gecheckt, the sounds is good, but zu sagen geht. Ich habe gewollt sagen, setz dich auf, es soll sein eine bessere, like als das.
Verwusst lotter es in the podcast.
But dann, ich habe es schon engaged, so. Nein, das ist auch
Was
ein
ist das sehr grab auf dem Video?
Ja.
Es ist nicht grab, es ist mehr polite.
Ich muss sagen, bequem.
Ja, aber es ist bequem, but it's prost. He's trying to say prost.
Ich auch, by the way. Menschen sagen mir, ich die recordst der Podcast, sie sagen mich, behalt nicht die Fies. Hallo.
Die kickst auf alle größten Podcasts in der Welt. Keiner sitzt nicht, jeder eine ist bequem.
Mit chillt, ja, 100%.
So chill.
Ja.
Ja, aber die kiekst ook de grootste professional podcast in de wereld. Zijn ze professionals. In whatever ze gaan redden, zie. You know, fisherman, getien 30 uur fisherman. Scientist, 30 uur scientist.
De grootste podcast. Als ik gewatcht de Jake Paul fight, ik voerde van een tap zum zweiten. Ik ga daar mooi de getoid klap.
Was meint dus toit klap?
Because zij zijn de grootste YouTuber stars in zijn beide, voor die we zo nog watchen de fight hier en zo zie je gaan zeggen, beide mieselijk verloren. Nog eens, ik meine, de ganze sport gets into my head. Ik kan niet watchen mensen fighten, ze blitten en gezegd, ze zijn niet van mij.
So, ik ben een sportsfanatic.
Okay.
Ik watch alle sports.
1 second, hold on. Macht dat loch in een stein? No, hold on. Wie is de... Okay, let's see what happens. Hold on.
Van Andrew Tate wil ik gestreden. Ik wil van Sharon zoeken zijn man.
Okay, wat is dat?
Because niet bij mij kan respected mens.
Okay.
That would be an interesting conversation. Do we need to stay gezet worden? Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. He's live now. I don't see the live. By the way, Penny, it took him 10 years. 10 years to get where he's now. 10 years. I mean, almost 10 years. 8 years. Mit so help. So just imagine. Yeah, I want to hear more about Andrew Tate. All right, so I'll wait. Back to this.
But Jake Paul,
I'm sorry ich jump, weil ich will gehen watchen Alice Stefanski.
Entschuldigung, but wer sie kann ein bisschen Boxing an der Sport.
Weißt du, das halt nicht schon.
Aber darf wissen, als geht werden zum nein, der Joshua, der wenn gefeit ist a
Monster. World Champion.
Einer von der Top 3 beste Boxers Hans Tux. En
Thank you,
dat is een kleine YouTuber, maar ik versta, cute, dat ze gaan als een boxer.
Hij is een beetje älter geworden, hij is retired. Zijn laatste fight had hij mieselijk verloren.
Ze is zo wie die lijkt daaraan, a 3-jarige Engel te fighten met mama beren. Dat is keinmal gaat.
Ja, ik weet.
Ze gewinnt, de kritiek was ik kan hem geven, is dat het hem genoemd 6 rounds.
Ja, zoekt dat als het gegangen ruhig. He played into his game.
Nou, wat eerder hem
Ich weiß nicht, wem sie reden. Sie reden von Logan Paul? I mean Paul oder Tate?
gelaufen. Hij is er ganz aan hem gelaufen.
And they good gewesen. They said he was very good at avoiding, especially the Joshua with lange hand. And he's a kleintje. Je gelooft, ich kann hem punchen.
But he didn't take the fight to him. Der Reger genommen the fight zu Joshua, hat Joshua rausgenommen.
Yeah.
Sie reden mit Stamm von...
Gewoon kein round.
Nee.
Anyways, noch eine Sache, was sich gechanged seit der letzten Mal, wenn du gewesen,
Ja.
is ich bin actually geworden ganz famous. Ich bin gewesen ein bisschen famous für dem.
Right, yeah.
But ich hatte released das Sache Music up to that point. But der Nigen muss ich aber rausgegeben, nachdem, was man gewesen der erste Mal, man Nigen äugerlich, that blew up.
It is a nice song, yes.
It was actually a legitimate hit, mein erster.
Yep.
Man hat es gesehen bei Chassanes und bei Events, ich habe ganz Zeit bekommen Videos, Oilem hat es sehr lieb gehabt. But was ich mich ausgelernt von der Experiences, ich habe alles gemeint, as I always thought as wenn man ist popular und man ist famous, damals kommt auch Menschen sollen dich heiren von Chassanes.
Oh, Geld.
Yeah.
Well, ich habe mich ausgelernt, as fame and popularity hat gunisch getan a geheirte Chassanezinger.
Yeah.
Es ist du Chassanezinger.
Basically the Geld. You know, wer ist da famous, jeder kennt er, aber dein bank account is not growing.
Es wir singen jede Nacht.
Moishi, ach, das sage, yeah, I'm waiting for MDY to go live.
Auf a Chassane. Ich hatte doen jetzt seine Nummer, gar nicht actually Nummer, but if I would say the name, 90% von der Ziehherer gar nicht wissen, von wem ich rede.
Right.
But 90% von der Ziehherer weißen, sei geht, wer Herrschi bleich ist.
Right.
So nicht kann, it's not a correlation, as I'm is famous, is when I Chassane singer.
So how do you turn your fame into making money?
So,
Ooh.
first of all,
Get the
will
question.
ich klar machen, mein Goal ist nicht zu sein reich oder zu machen Sachgeld. Mein Goal ist zu fulfill mein Mission in mein
that's sweet.
Goal in Leben, mein Passion in Leben, which is singen auf Chassanes. Und ich fühle, wie ich bin geboren geworden von dem und gemacht von dem. Und zu sein, to be able to supporten mich, mein Weib und meine future Kinder, Menschen, die habe ich mich blessen. Die habe ich mir gegeben Kinder. I just want to be able to support me and my family to make a panusa while doing what I was meant to do, what I was chosen to do, what I love to do. I'm not looking to be an expensive, big, tired. I feel, laat me zeggen, der Eibischte wird mir Menschen in Gel kennen, singen auf Chassanes jede Nacht, und Menschen haben mich genug laufen, singen auf seine Chassane, weil ich auch nicht sein kann, overly tired. Ich mache einen Preis, was macht Sinn, weil es ist eine Sache Arbeit.
Yes, but I don't think you should say that. Because Menschen sind schon gereizt zu. Die kannst nur singen a certain amount of times a year. Du bist auch nur human. So, die hast müssen darauf gehen mit der Preis. Leben kost.
Und ich kann mich supporten.
Ich lach, weil damit die bist so groß wie Schwecki in a Jura von jetzt. People will take this video and send it around and be like,
Mit es herim schicken, wenn chicken the Preis, huh? Wir schicken dem Snippet. How gemeint?
hey, you said you're not tired and here you are charging $10,000 a night for a chippe.
So, zoek ich dir, unreden nehmen von gewissen Singers. Mit meinem Album, was ich komme jetzt raus mit, which we'll get to it, based on wie es äugelig gegangen, ich glaube, it's gonna match him blow up very nicely. And ich glaube, ich glaube that I'm gonna match him take off. My career is gonna take off nicely. But ich gehe keinmal nicht nehmen den Approach. Jeder eine tut, was es gibt für sein. Ich gehe keinmal nicht nehmen den Approach von, wow, jetzt bin ich geworden groß.
He'll never be Schwecki, not in his dreams. Pink verkehrt music. In his dreams, he might be Schwecki. Du weißt, ich bin im Anchulam? Celine Dion. Penny, the Daf, it's not the Daf that I'm looking for. It says the live. He's going live. I mean, at least this was the sponsor of gesucht. So, let's see what happens. I don't mean to be mean, just realistic. Yeah, I get it. No volleys. Moshe Feldman. Hello and welcome. Hershey Green. What's going on?
Jetzt bin ich
It was live 2:00. No. The Hebrew one. I haven't been in a while. Need to log in again. Well, lock in.
a busy singer, so lass mich heraufrücken den Preis.
I think there's Penny, ich meine, dass du live. The English one, Achterzeiger. I mean, beide Achter.
$1,000. Ich will als der average Gussen, was kommt von einer normalen Family, was ist nicht reich, soll kennen, hoe man chance, hoe man herrscht gleich auf seine Gassene, soll man kennen afforden. Nicht nur die Oysters, aber ich kann davon. Zu sagen, ich glaube, als mein Brand und wie popular ich darf sein, wird kommen von sich allein anyways.
Ich habe mir gesagt, wenn er gewinnt bei mir. I also told him, das doch lassen dann Burt wachsen, dann Pious. If you will singen in der Bachhasidische Chasanas, you're gonna have to do that. I'm saying, maybe Zana so geht Menschen an dem nehmen, but die kannst du schon aufgehen auf den Stage in bringen questions. Alle Kinder dann kicken und fragen, Tati, wer ist das? A Chassidische Singer, also. They're not gonna do it. Das doch lassen wachsen, geherig, Burt, Pious. Represent, also wie sei.
Mein goal is as any Chusen, any Bucher, any Mechitten, was läuft Herrschi Bleich, nicht gechillig wie groß ist, soll können afforden, mich zu haben auf seine Chassene, soll mich aus in den Häusern. Ich bin du zu geben von Menschen, nicht nur zu nehmen, ich bin du zu sein, ein Mensch, was ein Meich Menschen, was fulfilled Menschen's dreams, was empowered Menschen through my music and
I wonder how he is actually Barachasana. I wonder.
through my voice. And this is eine von den Reasons, für was ich habe gequit mein Podcast. Nicht, was kostet mir Geld. Es hat mir gekostet Geld zu investen. Aber jetzt habe ich schon alle Equipment. In meinem Studio habe ich, Hashem, von gute Menschen habe ich free. Mein Studio, mein Pulenstock-Studio, zulich nicht kein Geld für.
Brooklyn. Hello and welcome. It has been a minute. Viggy, do you mean the Living L'Chaim episode that was just posted?
Ich habe alle
What do you
Equipment.
mean?
Ich habe aufgehört, machen Pulenstock. Nicht, was ich nicht gehen kann, nicht nur Menschen, aber es ist lieb.
Brooklyn, nein, I'm waiting for MDY zu gehen live. Sie geworden gesponsert Nacht. So, jener will, also ich soll das posten, ich soll uns in the Daf live. So, we'll do that. By the way, I had a status from somebody, and he's like, Mazel Tov, and ich sehe, als gemacht Siyam of Zavuchem. And he wrote, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm like, I never thought of that dude doing it. So, interesting. The side Eli Stefanski is getting, you know, from people in cars, meaning fuhrt das auch in the car, so I guess I hear this us. No offense, this guy is in La La Land. He doesn't have a gig a month. He's saying he tries to be affordable. No, he's saying even if he gets big, much I feel like wird groß. He's gonna keep his prices, you know, for ins common folks.
So bekommen get the views and Menschen.
I'm waiting for MDY to go live, and I'm like, what's happening? Why is he not live? So, what's going on? We're waiting.
Zeilig, we have mentioned that fell in love with me only from Polish talk. The reason
Oh, nice, Penny. Congratulations.
was gestoppt is, we gewollt aufhören, sie potentially confuse na Mensch. Herrschi Bleich a podcaster? Nein. Ich bin sehr klar, my message is sehr klar. Ich bin focused auf music.
Okay, I get it. Hat sie gemacht, der Podcast, will nicht mehr so werden confused. Got it. Darf changes on Levish. Darf sich unten mehr Chassidisch. If he wants Chassidische weddings.
Und sie singen auf Chassanas. This is man.
MDY has posted 16 minutes ago. No, but I think tonight's sheet is live. Don't say anything. 4 hours ago was ik gewend the previous one uploaded, the Hebrew one. Mastermind Pro. Don't worry, Mastermind. I didn't know I'm going to review it. I didn't know. In Ochet, ich warte, als MDY so going live. So, it's aber umgehen mit etwas anders. Und so hat sich gedreht auf dem. So, we're sitting.
Focus. Sie gaan umkommen auf große stages, sie auf concerts. Mir zu schämen, nicht das ist mein goal.
Hershey Green sagt, Lipa also started getting jobs when he started dressing Chassidish. Exactly. Gedacht zurückkommen. Meaning, gedacht stappen wahrscheinlich wie Chamishi. Gedacht aufhören, auskicken Mishiga. Meaning, in nicht Chassidish. You want to hire, a Chassidische wants to hire a singer. Die Geist ist hiren einer, was kickt aus anders. Es kickt aus weird. Weird Fazai. And I think that might help him.
Mein goal ist, sie sein jede Nacht auf a Chassana und sie be able to give back to the community. Jeden Tag music in Simcha. In my album was is getting ready to come out in the next 2 months, hopefully not more.
Again, I like it that he knows that he wants to do it. Will Zana Zinger. So he's like focusing. You know? Focusing. Wie viel Zeiger is that? Oh, people are sending in. Okay. I'm just sitting here. Ich warte bis MDY geht live.
Because ich bin focused, es rauszugeben von Machassan. Machassan sind 3 Gedushim. Ich will es rausgeben von Machassan und Hashem. Most of the music over there is about empowerment, motivation. Ich rede auf dem Album a Sach für mein Journey. A Sach wie schwer es mir gewesen. Es ist sehr schwer for a talented singer.
Moishi Feldman, give back to the community. Listen, that's what he feels like. Listen, will werden a singer. Is a singer. He wants to push forward. Es ist besser wie sagen, als weiß nicht. Wie weiß nicht, was will tun. That's what he wants to do. Lipa Brach, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is how the channel keeps going, you know. It's one of the ways. But I darf aufkicken, also it's on a different discussion. It's gonna happen finished. That's also a different discussion. But the fact is, as weiß, will sein a singer. Will singen bei Hassanas. I think that's very chushev, you know.
For a talented artist.
Ich meine, als andere Menschen sollen sich lernen von dem, in trein zu sich, wo sie wollen tun, their whole life. Again, darf sich changen sein Levish, in Tzedik werden Chassidish, meaning looks-wise, in really unheimlich gehen singen bei Hassanas.
Ich schreibe alle meine Neginam alleins. Eigentlich habe ich geschrieben, die Neginam, was kommen raus auf mein Album, is so much more than eigentlich. Es ist ganze, it's Chedishim, jeder Negen. Ich schreibe es allein, es ist sehr schwer, für ein Mensch, weiß, wie talented er ist, und wie sein Potential zu sein, jeden Tag in Arbeit schwer. Ich arbeite sehr schwer, ich weiß.
Be honest, but he's honest, but it sounds like a dumbass kaka. Well, I hear you, but that's his way of expressing, you know. Dat was geleden deze ook het. That's his ways of expressing himself. En ook het, ob sound nicht geht bei singen, maybe he still has to grow in, you know, he has to, weil einer will, es meint nicht, geht erin. And he wants to push through. And ich meine, again, I will say it again, he has to switch to Levish, once it sich via Choset, and he starts taking gigs, like, almost for free, like $200-300, I think he'll build himself up.
Die kost me. Jedes Mal bin ich auf dem Road.
He's busting from talent.
I work very, very, very hard. Kaum zu machen ein paar Nusser, zu covern meine Bills. Ich kann gehören ein paar Nusser füllen. Wir können so supporten our family. Und es ist sehr schwer, für Jahren lang herauszugeben Musik. Und sie wollen gehen auf Chassanas. Es ist sehr, sehr, sehr schwer, jeden Tag zu sitzen auf der Road und arbeiten. While die weiß, dass belongs zu singen und zu sein auf Stage und sie herausgeben dann Talent. Es ist sehr, sehr schwer. Und die weiß, die Älteste mitten arbeiten auf ein Album, wo die da sitzen, fertig zu auf dem Road zu covern dann die. Und es ist sehr schwer zu fühlen, wie...
So I feel like he's not doing the right steps. I mean, again, he's not going to change because ich suche es jetzt, but ich suche es aber enough, maybe one time it will get to him.
Man arbeitet, man legt daran $1,000 in effort and energy, you put yourself out there.
Sadly, we got eyes on the ground.
Und du bekommst nicht gut nicht zurück von dem. Menschen haben nicht, wo du willst, und alle Sachen.
Misunderstood.
It's a lange
Misunderstood heißt es.
Journey. Ich habe gehabt sehr schwere childhood. Ich kann nicht reingehen in details, because Baruch Hashem, we're past that. But ich habe mamisch nicht gehabt kein geringer Tug in meinem Leben. To this point, ich habe mamisch kein Mensch gehabt kein geringer Tug in meinem Leben. Never. Ich habe alles gehabt, etwas to overcome, something to go through. and a sach Traum and a sach Sachen that is not relevant right now. Baruch Hashem halt schon du. Ich bin a Chusen. So in mein Album rede ich a sach von the journey. Was ich bin da gegangen, zu kommen, zu sagen, so ich herauszugeben, der Album. In mein Message von der Album is sehr stark motivational and to not give up. And it's nicht mehr oben zu follow on the dream. And jeder Berg, wo die Guys dadurch geht, is experience in etwas, was geht dich zu nichts kommen in the future.
Red von der Hart.
Und jeder eine Mensch, ich kann wie klein du bist, wie groß du bist, whatever your dream is, du bist in daheim, and you have a dream, and so that es ist mamisch impossible. Das umkommen, wie du das umkommen. Und jeden Tag siehst du, wie etwas geht direkt in dein Poren against dein dream. Gab nicht auf, continue fighting with positive energy. Wer nicht bitter, halt dich ruhig, halt dich positive, and keep giving it your best. And you will get there, no matter what your dream is. Sie will sein der President.
No matter what you do.
Der nächste größte Real Estate Mogul. Sie will sein der nächste Chief of Police. Sie will sein der nächste größte Rebbe. Sie will sein der nächste, whatever die will sein, whatever you want to do in life, kleine goals.
If you want to be the next biggest podcaster, that would have been funny.
Groß goals, kein Goal nicht klein. Jeder Goal is achievable, and just stay at it, stay positive, don't give up, keep fighting for it, and you will 100% no doubt get there. Ich bin gesitzen in daheim, ich tue das schon vor Jahren, mach Musik, ich lege an $1,000, Ali, I'm putting in, ich arbeite schwer, von man alles geht daran, ich habe nicht keine Sponsors, ich lege an, and ich habe gewatcht.
Brooklyn, now you're putting it this way. You're right.
Kleiner ingelatlich, noch Pizzit, 19 Jahre alt, 20 Jahre alt, coming out, komm rausgeben a Single, in somehow der Eibischter hat gesagt, geben eine andere Journey wie mich. All of a sudden ist a Star, singt jede Nacht, geht jeden Tag auf Stages. Weil ich sitze, ich grind, und sie geht mir nicht. Don't get...
Listen, he's not giving up. Lodwig says, this is a fight, uphill battle. Kudos to that.
Don't give up.
Kudos.
Don't get bitter and don't give up, and don't be jealous. Vergehen jenen. Und dann wird kommen, es wird aufschauen. Es wird sein, also ist auch schöner, wie das dich habe gekannt vorstellen, also ist auch stärker. Und zu do reasons, man kann sagen, Herrschi Bleich, ein Bucher, ist ein bisschen interessantlich, ist different wie jeden einen, ein bisschen out of the box. And that.
That's the problem.
Ist es nicht, du kannst schon reason.
Will man soll ihm nehmen auf eine regular Chassa, ne? And yet, he's outside of the box. Not gonna work, bro. Not going to work.
You don't need to go into the reasons for was er nimmt dich länger, wie er nimmt für der Zweiten. For was dein Journey ist schwerer wie der Zweiten. Don't worry. Be yourself. Be authentic. Keep giving it all you got. And lass the Eibischter führen seine Journey, because, and I talk about this in the album as well, he has a plan. Hat es ausgeplant zu der T. God has planned it to the T. So fight nicht seinen Plan. Geh mit seinem Plan, and you continue giving it all you got. Und wirst du sehen, als sein Plan, ich gewinne Sach schöner und Sach besser, wie die es dich ever imagined. Ich bin gewinnt du letzte Mal, bin gewinnt du ein bisschen mehr wie ein halbes Jahr zurück. Ich habe noch gehabt, kein Hit in draußen.
Wow.
Jetzt halt man du, ich hatte a beautiful hit, eigentlich 90, if not more percent, the people who are going to watch this have listened to Oigelich at least 10 times in their life. Yep. And jammed out to it. Mir hat sich next time
Same here,
du.
Yep.
Wir können reden von meinem busy schedule. Und von diese baby steps. Und ich will packen, if you don't mind, who gave me a promotional offer. Because ich habe schon gehabt, plenty more, was Menschen mich riefen zu singen auf Achassene. But Menschen haben nicht, als ich sich zu sein Achassene singen. Ich rief nicht zu sein, die Artist oder die Feature, was bringst du auf Achassene zu singen, dort für 20 Minuten. weil Menschen, Menschen geworden, sag mal, geheirt, nur von der Kippe, sie nur von der Meal,
Aber so geht das. Die wächst daran in deiner Position.
nur First Dance. Von alle Parts von der Gast, bisschen geworden geheirt, nur von Second Dance, nur von First Dance, bisschen geworden geheirt, nur von der Kippe, sie nur von der Meal, but nobody ever realized, as man kann mich actually nehmen für eine Gassene. Ich kann runnen dann Gassene. So, der erste Mensch von der Podcast, the first person to contact me to be the singer by their wedding, the entire wedding, nicht
Just imagine the risk die nimmt.
Feature mich als 20 Minuten oder von der Kippe von der Gassene.
Did you tell him how viral?
Der erste Mensch mich zu riefen, zu sein Singer für seine Gassene. Von der Beginning, von der Kippe, bis noch Second Dance, ist es free.
No way.
Ja, und die kann sagen, wow, bist du so desperate, gehst du weg von free Gassene? So nicht desperate. Any lawyer, any doctor,
Pro bono.
Any profession, wo die das dich proven, die kannst deliveren,
Ja.
du hast was heißt ein internship. Ein lawyer darf sein ein Intern für 3 Jahre, ein Doktor darf sein ein Intern für 5 Jahre.
I'm okay with that.
So,
I'm just in shock as if I'm on a listen.
Okay, MDY is live, but nothing is on. So once it's on,
Like, but I very much respect that. What I mean, ich pflege machen shoutouts for Menschen, hinderte shoutouts without charging. Today, if somebody wants a shout out, this is whatever.
oh, okay. Shout out to the Moshe.
Cost us Geld.
so
Money.
respect that.
ich bin du mich zu proven, zu weisen, dass ich kann deliveren,
Yep.
zu weisen, dass I got this, I can run the show. So
Hold
hat
on.
lebendig.
Hold on. The belly is live. Door om draait even. So noch nicht du kannst Sound dort. So noch nicht du kannst Sound. Okay, Nacht, the podcast, du. MDY shit is being sponsored. So, wegen dem geht man das anwasen. Das ist nicht pro bono. Ah, du, man tanzt noch immer singt. I'll be back in a minute. I'll bring in our charger. Hold on. Okay, man hätte nicht gar nicht. Elon Musk is live. But when is geworden sponsors für Elon Musk? Okay, let's see what's happening here. This is in Hoe zegt man gar nicht? Come on, peoples. Und wir kommen in etwas So the handige desdo is in Toronto. Toronto. Ah. So on my live chat though, comments are turned off. Okay. The diverse people, jeder einer, meaning all the types of people. That is, oh, klein. Supreme Plumbing. Was ein Panarim, noch mal sehen Sie ins Kamera einem. By the way, zurück ein wie heißt der? Hershey Bleich. I kind of hope as, he gets picked up. Was nicht? Ein Mensch weiß, was will, and he gets joy out of it. I think people should take him. They're not dancing to this music, I'm just saying. He's dancing. Wie sieht man ihn? Point him out, point him out. Nicht jeder eine gemacht worden, sie tanzen, you know? Nicht jeder eine gemacht worden, sie... All right, let's... All types of people. I think that's a wow. Stille people, noisy people. He's the one with the black shirt. I see a guy with a black shirt on the phone. Oh, de Adam zet zich erop. Tell him to go next to the music guy, next to the singer. Oh. The singer is fire. Maar het is gewoon een shabber. There's a guy behind me with a white couple. Oh man. There he is. He's dancing away. Okay, they're having issues. They're having issues. Oh, they're having some issues.
We're gonna schmooze after. We'll do the thing after the year. Who? I just saw him yesterday. Alaikum shalom. Alaikum shalom. Shkoyach.
Tell him to wave. It's been a minute.
The buttons aren't good.
The
wrong buttons.
Buttons.
We'll talk afterwards.
Afterwards, you and your crew want to come to have something to eat.
It's okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I have 2 places around the corner.
Yeah.
Have us over. Have us over.
From Shiner? Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
The mic in is good.
He's my other son.
There's like
we'll schmooze after. I got to start the shir now. I got to start the shir.
Ergebota brand. Phew. All right. Just want to say, this is geworden gesponsert, the episode. So, thank you for the sponsor. We do appreciate it.
No, now the buttons are okay. Before they.
Alles geht's. Hello and welcome.
Okay, Mazda the buttons.
Testing one.
Test. Oh, that's
Alrighty. Want to introduce the
Hold on.
Okay, if we can have everyone's attention, please.
To do that now.
L'chvoid the Kahal, L'chvoid all the Rabbanim, L'chvoid the Rosh Kollel, welcome. I'd like to call upon the Rosh Kollel to say a couple of words of bracha and introduction.
Oh.
And Sally, maybe text.
Welcome everyone.
Text Iber. Zug as the sound on the live doesn't work.
Asked me to open the base medrash. Shir, I had no idea what I was getting into. Baruch Hashem, I have to say, I see.
They said live, yes.
To hear the words of the Rebbeinu Shalom through the Torah, through the Gemara, and it's amazing. And Baruch Hashem, we have the opportunity to have Rabbi Stefanski here in Toronto, in this base medrash, and at least we could participate in this way by having our base medrash as part of this shir. Gracie Yashakayach to Rabbi Stefanski and for the Olam for joining in. Yashakayach, thank you.
The sound is them. Good morning, rabbis. They're live in Ishgate.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Toronto is weak. We got to do this live from Toronto, Rabbi Sai. Show some love. It's not evening. It's morning in Eretz Yisrael. This is what we do. You ready? Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Otazoi. Live from Toronto. It's unbelievable. Last time I was here, I was in AJ's house. A little bit of a smaller crowd. Baruch Hashem. We have a nice tzibur that does the daf with us every day. And there are a lot of people that are curious about the daf. I'm going to speak to you a little bit about what daf yomi is. First of all, I want to say, Yishkoyach to Rabbi Shiner, Yishkoyach to the Kollel. If you're following, we have a satellite location here in the Kollel, right? Upstairs, over there. Thursday nights.
Well, it seemed wiped, by the way.
It's going to be every day.
The audio on the live is terrible.
7 years ago, approximately.
Yeah, it's them.
We had a little bit of an issue. We were transmitting the shir live on YouTube, and some chick in Australia, I think it was, went with some sort of video device, and he streamed live. He started shooting people. So YouTube said, okay, no more streaming live unless you have 1,000 followers. The problem was that we only had 200 followers then. Today we have over 33,000. But back then we had 200. And I made it a thing that we have to get 1,000 followers. We have to keep on streaming live. So I walk into one of the stores in Bet Shemesh, and I bump into Yid, and I say, I don't know who you are, but I give a shir. It would be nice if you're able to subscribe to YouTube. And make it a little lower, please. Thank you. Like it was before is better. Who's in charge of that? Oh, thank you. And he subscribed.
He looks nervous, and kijkt oss ein bisschen ausgemischt.
But he's curious to see what the shir was. So he went on, and from that day on, he hasn't missed a day. It's over 7 years. His name is Meir Planka. And he became our ambassador here in Toronto, together with Aryeh Blau. We have now the new generation. We have Jamie Azulai. We have a new superstar. If you don't know him, you'll get to know him. Tzvi Pinzel. You know about the guy? So we have a thing. We go around. We ask people to get more people to learn Torah. People have great experiences through the shir, life-changing experiences. Every single person that started the shir and has been doing it for a few weeks feels a difference in their life in many different areas.
Yeah.
And Tzvi has a big following, over 37,000 followers on his status.
Oh, wow.
So he said he's gonna try to get 100 people to join for Menachos, and he got so far over 65 people. That's one person, bring 65 people to Torah, so help him out, send people to status, and Be'ezer Hashem, he'll get to the 100 soon. When we started Masechta, even though those of you who were with us for a while, you know this basically inside out, there's a lot of new people. There's over 1,000 Hebrew speakers that are starting today the new Masechta, and in English, I think it's more than that. We have a brand new Gemara that we came out ourselves. So I see some people have it here in the front. It's a new Pirush, brand new, where it's crystal clear, easy to read, pshat, no notes. You get everything on the top. Every daf has a QR code which will bring you, once the shir is uploaded, it will bring you straight to the shir, straight to the charts and the AI. In the back of the Gemara, there's a lot of charts, the Menachos, and all sorts of different charts. Calendar, so you can keep track where you are. Shows you the 30 different satellite locations in Eretz Yisrael and another 30 around the world. So if you're traveling, you know where to go. V'chulu, v'chulu. I'd like to speak to you about some of the negatives of Daf Yomi. These are the Yetzer Haras. When I bring them up, it might ring a bell, and you realize that it's Yetzer Hara. It's the Yetzer Hara speaking. Because the positives are so powerful that it must be the Yetzer Hara. So the number one thing is people say it's too fast. So how is it possible to learn a daf a day and retain it? That's basically, I can't retain also. And I'm here to tell you that the first yeshiva ever, first yeshiva in the world, in the latest kuf, I don't mean in the time of the Tanaim, but what's the first yeshiva? Rabbi, anybody know the first yeshiva?
Yaakov.
Volozhin. What pace did they...
Finish Yaakov gewesen in Luvan's, nicht Luvan's, whatever, in...
He learned in Volozhin. Does anybody know?
Come on.
A daf a day. Daf a day. Oh, but then, 200 years ago, they were geniuses. They were a whole different... That's what my Rosh used to tell us. He said, you know, the guys from the war, they were geniuses. I knew a bunch of guys that went through the war. Dumber than doorknob, some of them.
That's why they made it through. They were dumb.
But it's true. It's very, very fast. And it's hard to retain. But I'll tell you this.
In 7 Jahren von jetzt, Brooklyn,
in Shas.
You're going to have a person, Eli, right in front of you, and the guy's some kind of fragen kashas.
And in Torah that you pick up are unbelievable. And here's a big one. We all went to yeshiva. Most of us went to yeshiva. And in yeshiva we learned biyun. And I learned in many very chashiv yeshivas. I went to Panovich, I went to Pesach.
You like my answer better.
And I learned in Koil for 6 years biyun. I'm a Iyun guy. And it was drilled into us, Iyun, Iyun, Iyun. I'm sitting in a koil here, so I got to be careful what I'm saying, because they learn Iyun. And it was looked down upon to learn Daf Yomi. It's for Balabatim, for simple people. But
yeah.
You should really learn Iyun, even if you're somebody playing around with the sound.
They're live.
Test. No good. What was that?
Menschen meinen, man geht just a plug an und man macht, also kickt das aus.
What just happened?
Eibig do issues.
Oh.
It's always issues.
Okay. Test. Nobody hears me now. Okay, we'll talk like this. It's better. So, Iyun. This is what I have to say. Iyun is probably the best way to learn. The thing is that Balabatim, they go to work and they don't learn Iyun. So what happens is, later on they come to the shir and I hear from them, I haven't opened up a sefer. A guy tells me, I only learn B'iyun. Happens to be I haven't learned in 15 years. But when I learn B'iyun. And that's the problem. It's not even a joke. It's emes. I'm telling you it's emes. When you're a balabas, you're not going to be learning Iyun. Forget about it. You try, and I tried. You get a chabrusa, and it lasts for a day. It only lasts for a week. And then the chabrusa has a chasana. And then you have a bar mitzvah. And then you don't feel well. And bekitza, you're learning 2 days out of the week. And that's not learning. You learn B'iyun. Shmak. You didn't learn. You didn't learn every day of the week.
That's why you do
So
a
for
rice.
balabas, the only way that I know that works is Daf Yomi. It's the most consistent program out there, and that consistency of learning Torah every day is nothing like it. Another problem is a lot of people say, well, I tried Daf Yomi, I started brachas, and by this I already fell off, and I tried it again. Very true. So, that's why I have the saying, it's not about the daf, it's about the yomi. It's not about the daf, it's about the yomi means that you have to understand that the biggest mitzvah that we have is Talmud Torah. It's learning Torah. And most of us here, we wear tefillin every day. I ask people, did you wear tefillin? Vada, I wear tefillin, of course. You got to wear tefillin. Do you learn every day? And a lot of people have no busha to say no. But they'll never say it on tefillin. I don't learn 5 days a week. What's pshat? But it's much more chashuv to learn Torah than to wear tefillin. How do I know? Because you say it every day. V'talmud Torah connected to kulam. You put all the mitzvahs on one scale, one side of the scale. You put the lulav, esrig, everything on one side, and tefillin. You put Talmud Torah on the other side. Talmud Torah weighs it down. Connected kulam. So how is it possible that a yid goes by a whole day without learning Torah? He goes on a vacation. He goes on a business trip. He doesn't bring a Gemara with him. He doesn't learn a Jewish word. He wears his tefillin for 5 minutes, halavai, but not. He doesn't open up a Gemara. What's pshat? So there comes Daf Yomi. It creates a situation where you don't have a choice. I'll tell you a Maisa Shahaya that happened yesterday. We had a Shabbaton in Stamford, Connecticut. Unbelievable. I can talk about it for hours. But one thing I want to tell you. On Shabbos, people didn't learn Torah. Why? They got up, 3.5 hour davening, chazanas and fregnish. Special chazan flew in from Australia, the Farkas, and the Shira choir. It was crazy. Speech, Yol Gold. He gave me in the middle of the speech, he brought a Ketores. They found Ketores in Kuman. And somebody offered him $250,000 for the Ketores. It was tested, it has 11 samamonim. Goyim tested it, it has mamish, fits everything in the Tzodik Heidev. They found it in a cave. They showed it to Rabbi Yosef, and he said, It doesn't have the Kedusha of Ketores because it wasn't put in a Klishars because it's found.
Sadly, the guy
but
with
it's
the white
Ketores.
couple.
So the guy offered him $250,000. And I'm thinking to myself, while he's speaking, he's showing the Ketores. He has a whole thing coming out in Tisha B'Av about it, how they found it. It took 30 years to find it. They dug for 30 years and they found it. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I do a lot of props, hand-on props. It would be so beautiful to have something like that. But then he said $250,000. I said, forget it, it's never going to happen. And as he's speaking, he says, but I want to give it to Eli Stefanski because I'm giving it to Klai Yisrael. I'm not giving it to an individual. And he gave it to me in front of everybody. He started crying on the spot. There was one surprise after another. They bought me an Aliyah. Listen to this. Close your ears for a second. They bought me an Aliyah. They put together money for my Aliyah. Guess how much? $180,000. But not Canadian. U.S. dollars. The kids there were sitting and we're one speech to the other speech, Rabbi Ben Shushan and Rav Goldwasser, and then the meal, and then Nochamola speech, and then this, that, Mincha, Shalshudas, Arichaim.
You were all crying?
Crying kid. The kid comes up, 11 years old. He's dyslexic. He hates learning. He found the shir. He loves learning now. 11 years old, beautiful speech. And this guy was suicidal. He saved his life. Kids are holes out. And then the Melava Malka. Melava Malka is shir at night in English. Melava Malka. Melava Malka starts at 8 o'clock, goes until 2:30 a.m. Hundreds of people dancing and dancing till 2:30 a.m. For the Shabbos, there's 1,100 people. For the Melava Malka, 1,300, I think it was. I'm talking about people just dancing and crying, non-stop crying.
The sound is terrible.
The emotional. 2:30 we finish. We leave. And I tell some guys I have to give a shir. 2:30 in the morning. I didn't do the Hebrew yet. 60 people show up to the shir. 3:45 in the morning we finish the shir. I'm going to tell you right now, Ramey Stern is not going to be happy with me.
Yes.
But
I don't welcome.
Nobody would show up or nobody would care if they were learning Iyun. It's because you have this commitment of doing a daily daf that people said, okay, we didn't do it. We're going to come and we're going to sit down. Yeah, we're tired. There is no stopping the daf yomi. There's no day of vacation. 365, we learn on Yom Kippur. We learn on Erev Yontif, on Pesach, Erev Pesach, Tisha B'Av night. There's not a single day that goes by. Whereas when I used to learn Iyun, I know for myself, and I'm not putting down Iyun. I said, Iyun is the way to learn. When you have the day to learn, you're committed. But when you're a balabas, this is the most consistent learning that we know of.
Which makes sense.
And you touched it? You better not. Get your fingers off that. Hold on a second. Anointing of oil on your yochas because he's not the oldest son, he's the second son.
He's learning in the
first. We get videos of Chayalim learning in Gaza.
Even on Motzei Tisha B'Av.
Even while bungee jumping.
What's happening?
It's not about the daf. It's about the yomi.
Yeah.
All right. Another very, very important thing that I hear from people, I get, I want to say 30 to 40 emails a day, and I read them before shir. And one of the things I hear over and over and over again is that it changed my life. The daf changed my life. The shir changed my life.
Understandable.
And I think one of the big reasons is the creating a new habit. Creating a new habit means that you do something for 60 days in a row, it becomes embedded in your bones, it becomes part of you. And Daf Yomi teaches you, people, I say this all the time, I'm the most inconsistent person. I'm still in real estate a little bit, I haven't done real estate in 5 years, but I'm in real estate, yeah? So when I used to build a house, a hotel, or whatever it is, I bring the whole team, the whole thing, and then all of a sudden I just fizzle out. Every single project, every book I ever read in my life, I usually get 10 pages in, and then I start the next book. This one looks more interesting. And this is the story of my life. But when it came to Daf Yomi, for whatever reason, I built this habit that, B'li Ayin Hara, it's a nice nigla, but I haven't missed a single day of giving the daf, not learning it, giving the daf. In other words, preparing a shir with all the charts and everything. Over 6 years without missing a single day. And it's because it's not a chachma or anything. I didn't do anything special. It's just one of these things that once you get locked in and you do it, you get stuck in it. And it's beautiful to be stuck, even when you don't want to learn and you're tired and you're this and you didn't, whatever the excuse is. I gave a daf at my son's chasana. I gave a daf. It's crazy. Flu 2 weeks ago. You know what it is to learn while you have the flu? It's not fun, but you do it and you just run right through it. And the idea to build this habit, and once you build this habit, it goes into all sorts of directions that you never even imagined. Health, exercise, Shnai Mikra, Mishnayos, Gashmias, Ruchnias, everything.
Yep.
What I'm trying to tell you is, Rabbi Isai, if you haven't tried the daf, you better try it, because it will change your life. It will help you change so many things. You have no idea. Here we go. It will change your life. And finally, I'm just going to say this. The mishpacha of MDY, the family, the feeling of belonging. This guy that I'm going to tell you a story about towards the end of this Amud. One of the things that he told me was that when he walked in Borough Park, he saw a magnet that said MDY. I think a lot of you are going to get a little bit of a package today. And in there is going to be a magnet. Put it on your car, even if you don't do the daf, even if you hate the daf, put it on your car anyway, because it might encourage somebody to do the daf. You might be zoicha to get somebody to learn Torah. And when you get another person to learn Torah, you know what happens? You get the schusim of that person. So every word of Torah that you learn,
yes.
Every Baruch Hu Baruch Shemai, every Amen is 1,000 Baruch Hu Baruch Shemais, and every word of Torah is 1,000 Amens. Well, it goes more. Every Amen Yishmirab is 1,000 Amens, and every word of Torah is 613 mitzvahs, and you could do 200 words of Torah per minute. The whole Chavetz Chaim, and all those chosim go to you because you brought that guy to learning. So he sees this magnet on the car, and he says, "Wow, this is part of."
Come on.
It uplifted him.
Around sick, around freezing, 1,000 degrees weather. Won't miss it around another. That's very chushiv.
New satellite location coming to Miami. I'm going to be there, Be'ezer Hashem. I'm traveling. We're doing some traveling. By the way, if anybody knows of somebody that's trying to offload a Gulfstream 5, MDY is looking for a private jet right now. So it's still difficult. I missed my flight this morning. It was the whole thing. We're flying tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., flying to Park City, Utah. That's where my daughter lives. She does kiruv over there. From there, I'm flying to Miami because they have a satellite location. From there, New York. And here, I just want to show you what you guys could do over here. It's doable. And whoever does this, and whoever's the nakshain, the schusim are unbelievable. Last night I made a siyum at Rabbi Kaf's house in Borough Park.
Walking their house.
There's 3 apartments on the first level, 20 guests a day.
Kick on their house. Pshee.
From Eretz Yisrael. Fully loaded, stocked to the gills with food, all types of food, everything. Meats, cookies, cakes, coffee, avada, everything. And in the basement, he has something called MDY Cave. 20 Hasidic.
He looks dead, to be honest.
Every single night.
More than
every
tired.
night, not once a week. Every night.
I'm
To
exhausted
watch the shir on the screen. He encourages them. He has a little place for them to smoke. Not that I encourage smoking, but some of these Bachram Nebuch smoke. He's in a little smoking room. And he has a mikveh, of course, in there, so they go to the mikveh. And he just gives them food and he's mechazik them. You can do that also here. It doesn't have to be for Bachram, it can be for your friends. You can mechazik the location over here. To get together, to learn mitzvah chada, to laugh together, to learn together. The shmuz right before the shir, the shmuz after the shir. It's a whole different level. Bezer Hashem Tzvi is going to do some big things here, I know.
The music, the sound is terrible.
People doing for the English. This is Rabbi Kam. This is in his dining room, verstehst?
People in dining room.
This, when I was leaving, it was very nice, very emotional.
The next time I see him, sadly, I'll...
He's mechabed me to do the mezuzah thing. This is Rabbi Kaf. We gave him a Gemara. Beautiful. So, if you're watching, I just want to show you what it looks like in Eretz Yisrael. We did a Melava Malka. I want to say there's a person by the name of Moshe Cohen. He has a famous hall in Bnei Brak. Few halls. What is it called again? Where's Benny? Chazdinomi. Famous Chazdinomi. So he's a big part of the shir. And he made a whole Melava Malka for us. 500 people showed up. Not learners from MDY. They're all learners from, but they had to belong to a satellite location. We had 500 people from satellite locations. Let me show you what it looks like a satellite location in Eretz Yisrael. This is in Haifa. People get together every night. Over there, it's a little easier because it's live, so it's more geschmack. And I get on, I do live. Here's in Petah Tikva. Here's our base medrash in Ramat Bet Shemesh. This is in Bnei Brak. Moshe Cohen, he rented a special office space just for that.
The sound.
This is in Neve Yaakov. They're unbelievable. They're mamish. And this is what it looks like on a daily basis. All right. Boys, we're going to cut this down. This is the first time I'm doing this because we have a brand new Shas, brand new Masechta, and Meyer Fischel donated the entire Shas. So we're just going to say, the MDY Fischel edition, maybe. We'll just do that, Mark. Cut out, but for the first day, MDY Shas, the MDY Fischel edition, MDY Shas is sponsored by Meyer and Chai Rivka Fischel, the Masechtas Menachas of the MDY Fischel edition Gemara is sponsored by the Irani and Levi families. MDY Fischel Shas, Perik Aleph, is sponsored by Lili Nishmas, Simcha Ber David, Ben Avram Moshe, memory of their brother Simcha Belsky, the famous Belsky family, Olav Shalom Shani, Moti Belsky and family. Daf Beis is sponsored by Joel and Rachel Gedalius on the first yard side of Jack Gedalius, Yaakov Ben, Ari Zechron Levrocha. Second sponsor, David Solomon, dedicated memory of Avimori, Reb Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv, Zechron Levrocha. The second sponsor, we have brand new sponsors from Mesachtas Menachas. Understand that each one of these people donated $9,000 to have their name here. We still have openings. You can still put your name in there if you want. Lilu Nishmas,
Viggy
Father Jack Gedalius, anonymous. Hatzlach Baruch is Ubegashmias. What's the problem? Put it over here. Okay. Palchik Family Foundation, L'Zecher Nishmas Harav Agoy, Reb Shlomo Palchik. The Mechitzer Ilui, something like that. A Talmud of Elozhan, Chaim Brisker, and one of the first Rosh Yeshiva in America. Send the Gross of Family, Canby Island, UK,
his voice
in honor
needs
of
a
Rebelli
bit.
My meaning of life. Shkoyach. Multi-sponsors, Zayik Simon, the Refuah Shlema, Avi Moir, Baruch Miriam, Jimmy Azulai. He's here in the house. Refuah Shlema, Esther Bas Luna. Esther Walkenstein, that's how you pronounce it? Luna? Esther Walkenstein, Mazel Tov to my husband, Kalman Tana Walkenstein, on his 40th birthday. Anonymous, Brachas V'lidai, Baruch Tzvi Nissim Ben Shoshana Leah, V'yud B'yom Mechava. Anonymous, the Fushtem and Naftali Herz Ben Henyon Leah.
He was there by the corner, right?
Anonymous, in the memory of Mazel Bat Leah, Besanada, and Iskia. Innovations LLC, huge thank you to Eli Geller and Spira for saving our Shabbos experience with Chesed, weekly sponsors, Wasesel Chevra, in memory of our beloved Morad Asher, of Yehuda Kellemer, Devzak Lebrach upon his 50 yard side. Daily sponsors, Yaakov Yagen, in honor of Mark Ashkenazi, thank you for all that you do. The No More Cheetah Man. So I'll explain, when we were on the safari, Moland, he was sitting right in front of me with the green coat. He said, if we see a chase of an animal which is not shaykh, our driver didn't see one that whole year, he'll donate $5,000 or something. How much was it? 1,000. And the next guy said, I'll give 5,000. Cheetah Man said, I'll give 9,000. We call him Cheetah Man is because 5 minutes later, all of us, all 35 of us, were zeichet to see a cheetah chase / Ritzicha, which is, should I tell you the story now? Should I tell you the story now? I mean, how long are we into the shir already? I don't have a clock here. 37 minutes? No. How many, what are we? Avrami, how long are we into it? Huh? I can't hear. 15? We have plenty of time to schmooze. No, it's not 15 minutes. There's no way. I'll say the story a different time. Arya Blau, Jamie Azulai, Tzvi Pinzel, and Meir Planka, on behalf of the MDY Toronto Chabura, thank you, Rebellion, the MDY team, for coming to be mechazik the Toronto community. Shkoyach to you guys. MDY Art, Anonymous. Yosef Ben Chayes Sarah for Parnas Berevach, Rufus Nema Yonatan Eitan Ben Beshav Bracha, Rufus Nema Mordechai Ben Esther, Rufus Hayel Daniel Zev Ben Ayel Esther. Are we in 30 minutes? Rus Bas Mordechai? This is Mordechai. I didn't say that, okay.
Well, he seems knocked
Rabbi
out.
say, when they made the siyum on Sechtes Zvachim in the Knessia G'dayla in Tofresh Pei Tes, Rabbi Shapir got up and he said, enough of the Zvachim, because it was just that period of time where there Zimach Shemam came into Hebron and they slaughtered, I don't remember, they killed Akish Hashem, maybe 80. Anybody remember the number? A lot of Yidden died that day. And he said, Rebbeinu Shalom, enough of the Zvachim, give us menachas, give us a menucha. We had an unbelievable time learning Zvachim. A lot of people appreciated Zvachim. I said this when I saw Ari Chaimowitz. He has a famous podcast, What a Day. And he walked into the hotel lobby, and there's a guy, Shia Weisberg, spent months of his life recreating the Mizbeach. Massive Mizbeach. Wider than this table. With smoke and fire. And he recreated the Mizbeach Hazav. And Ari Chaimotz comes in, he says, this is the Mizbeach Hazav, and this is the Mizbeach HaChitzon, and this is the Kiyar, this is the Muchni. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, it penetrates. Yes, we go fast, Nafi Yomi. The Lamais, the Musagim, the Hichap, this is the Shulchan, this is the Lechem Aponim, this is the Levina. I was moved, without flinching, without stuttering. He said it.
Someone should spare him a Red Bull.
And that's what Nafi Yomi does. You might not understand it right away, but you chazer over and you see it again, this musag, that musag, and it seeps into your neshama. Masechtas Menachos is very, very similar. It's part of Kachim. It's very, very similar to Zvachim. In fact, the first Mishnah of Menachos is a copy of the first Mishnah of Zvachim. The difference is that in Zvachim, we're talking about animals, a carbon animal. In Menachos, we're talking about a flour carbon. It's a carbon. Same way. But one is bread, flour, and the other one is an animal. So it says the Heilige Mishnah. If you remember, if you recall, and if you don't recall, we're doing Chazara. When a Kayan, he brings a mincha for the Yisrael, Yiddishkeit is in the head. Everything is about the kavana, about the machshava. You have to have lishma. You have to realize what you're bringing. And there's different types of menachas. Here's some of the stuff that our artists put together. Different breads. There's lechem apanim. There's shtei alechem. Lechem apanim is what we have in the shulchan every week. 12 breads. Shtei alechem is on Shavuos. But let's focus on the two top left ones. You have minchas marcheshes and minchas machvas. They're both very similar. Same ingredients. In fact, they have the same exact ingredients. But one is a little softer than the other, and it's because it's made in a deeper dish, like a deep dish pizza. The other one is a flat pizza. And because it's flat, the oil burns out quicker, so the mincha is harder. Two different minachas. So if the kohen thinks to himself that he's bringing a minchas machvas, but in fact it's a minchas marcheshes, he messed up completely. He messed up. And therefore, the owner must bring another mincha. But what do you do with the mincha that he messed up with? What you do is you continue going weiter. You bring it. The owner is going to have to bring another one. We had the same exact halacha when it came to korbanos. If the kohen messes up, he thinks he's bringing a shlomim instead of a noila, you continue. But the owner over there is going to cost him a lot more. Instead of $6, he's going to have to bring something that costs $500, another carbon. But just like in Zvachim, there was an exception to the rule. If a carbon chatas is messed up, or a carbon pesach, only two, then you take the carbon and you throw it out in the garbage. That is special garbage. It's not literally a garbage. You burn it somewhere, but it doesn't continue. You don't continue. And the same thing by a mincha. Certain minachas, if you mess up, throw it out. You toss it. The Gemara is going to address this word Ella. What it should say is, the bailam, the owner, wasn't yaitza. It has to bring another carbon, another mincha. The word Ella, it's a curious word here. What is it doing here? Ella. Ella means only. But, v'lo yalu. So we'll see in the Gemara. Chutz, there are two exceptions. Just like we have by Zvachim, we have two exceptions there. Chutz, minchas choitei, u'minchas knois. When a person sins, there's a way to remember what kind of sins. Shvat. Shin, Beis, Tes. Those are the three sins. Shin stands for Shmias Kol. Basically, if you hear of an Eidos and you don't come by, you swear that you don't know about it. Or Bitui, Shuas Bitui with Beis, is that you swear falsely. And the Tes stands for, anybody want to guess? Who said? Tuma. Very good. Tuma. It's not allowed to bring a carbon when you're Tomei, or the carbon is Tomei. For that, you have to bring a carbon. Now, if you can't afford the carbon,
yeah, you got it.
What do you do? If you're very poor, you could get away without bringing a $500 animal. You could bring something made out of flour. Now, another thing that I remember is that a carbon, minchas chatos, a chayta, there's no oil. No oil. How do you remember that? Because Mendy, from the English here, the guy that goes weiter, he asked and he says, chayta niskar, a guy that sins, he's going to benefit, he doesn't have to pay money. And in fact, it's the opposite. Because he did a chetz, we treat him like that. It's like, not even, you're going to bring a very cheap kind of carbon. You're not going to be able to honor the Rebbeinu Shalom with a beautiful carbon. Nice. Yeah, just a flour carbon, no oil. Minchas knois. When a husband suspects his wife of being misyach with another man,
don't worry about it, Sally.
He says,
nobody,
don't have yichud with
it's under
another
the
man.
table.
She doesn't listen. So he brings her to the Beis HaMikdash. We all know the Saita. It's a whole process, a very long process. And part of the process is she has to bring a mincha. And you don't like it, you want me to change?
Exactly, Penny.
Okay. The problem is this thing is stuck. Maybe we can do this.
Wow, they're meat. This is very noisy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I go for it on a frum crowd. What makes them frum? Not wearing jeans? Is that what makes someone for them? Jeans?
No, the headpiece was okay. The transmitter, that was...
It seems like the transmitter is still a problem.
No, 1.7.
This-
It's the new one.
Not wearing jeans makes them from exactly, Viggy. Yeah. Don't worry about it. All the engineers are coming in.
All right.
No.
But make it a little lower, please. Thank you.
Still an issue.
How about the zach? Maybe I'm wearing it wrong. Okay. Where were we?
No. Macht nicht
Is it lower? Gewaltig.
Es ist interessant, dass keiner von sei hat nicht der Live umgezogen.
What do I look like over there? Give me a picture over here. I have to see. This thing is like weird, I think. On this thing.
Ze is de weg wie zij verrekt. Had zei er stel dich voor die messed up appers bij wenn we both a building get to the side eye. Gang.
Not a good idea.
Hello and welcome.
Okay.
I'm doing all right.
Zog the Gemara.
We got a sponsorship tonight, so
We're still in the Mishnah.
the sponsor wants to see this. So we're learning.
So the kmitza, we know. I'll show you a little bit of a video here. Here we go. You guys ready? Check this out. Brand new for today. Of some of the process of a type of a mincha. Nisaran. Now first you pour oil on the bottom. There's 3 oils we're gonna see. Then you put the flour, then you put oil on top. Then you do blila. Mix it in good.
Ooh, they tap zijn een fijne tap. Not gonna lie. Get the cast iron top. Let's get the cameras ready.
Then you break it up into pieces. What's this for? If I cry? You say I need to blow my nose? Stop. All of a sudden I need tissues. I do whatever Benny tells me to do. That's it. All right. Shkoyach. Next.
Hashem loves sourdough.
Oh, that's the Levina. I forgot. Levina. We're middle still. So you had Levina. And now he's gonna move the Levina to the side.
And he's gonna take out garlic.
Where's the kmitza? That's not the kmitza.
Yank.
Oh.
Good one.
He's doing it like that. Okay.
He's taking out a kmitza.
You put in another kli. You see another kli. Very good. And you put salt. Great.
Oh, it's not sourdough? All right, all right.
And then you put that onto the flame. Look how the fire's going to get larger over here. It's great. Mamish, like real life. And then the leftovers called shirayim, and you get to eat that.
They're dipping the challah back into the challah.
You should have seen yesterday at the kaf house. So I had a piece of herring, and all of a sudden a guy comes and grabs this little piece that I left over on the plate. They're like, whoa, what are you doing? He says, shirayim from the Rebbe. Okay.
I wonder why they can't figure out the sound.
It wasn't funny when they gave me a glass of wine and I drank a little bit. I was thinking, oh, there's schmack of wine. Before I know it, look around, it's gone. Emes. Gone.
Double dipping.
Minchas choytu minchas knois. Shekmoten shaloi lishman. You go like this, you stick your hand in, this way, straight in, grab 3 fingers worth, you break it off with your thumb and your pinky, make sure it's exactly 3. It's very difficult, the Gemara says, to do. And that's your kmitza. That's what goes on the mizbeach, this amount. The rest is for the kohanim to eat. But if you thought to yourself that it's not a minchas choyte, it's a minchas nedava, it's not a minchas knois, it's a minchas choyte, whatever, you messed up the type. When you did the kmitza, it's shaloi lishma. Nosam beklivi hilech. So what the Mishnah is saying is, if you were with us for Zvachim, you know.
Yeah, but
and even if you weren't Zvachim, I think most people know.
We appreciate
that there's 4 avodos when it comes to a carbon. What are the 4 different things that you do that a kohen does? He does shchita. He does kabbalah. After you shecht, you have to receive the blood in a kli. After that, what do? Rabbi said, what do you do? Haylacha, you walk it to where? To the mizbeach. And then you spray it onto the mizbeach. Those are the 4. Corresponding to those 4, we have also 4 avodas when it comes to the mincha. The shchita by a mincha is the kmitza. The kabbalah is to put it into the second kli, like you saw. It's a kli shar, it's made out of gold. Molandi told me that his father once bought a becher, gold becher, in the 80s, $13,000 American. And then his brother, I don't know why they let the brother bring it to the Shabbos table, but of course, he dropped it. Gone. You know, it costs like $1,000 to fix the dent. It's made out of, it's gold. The klisharis. We're not holding it on the base yet. What are you doing? I don't know what's worse, the guy playing on his cell phone on WhatsApp, or you learning another Masechta on Amud Beis over there. I see everything. Hello?
It's a sharfer, no? It is a sharfer.
The videos. Eon. So I'll talk a little lower, not to disturb the shkoilo. Wow, that was unbelievable. Okay, anyway.
Whoa.
So, Nosam Bekli. He did the Kabbalah on the Kli. Vihilach. And he moved it, he walked towards the Mizbeach. What is that called? Hilacha. Vihiktir. If in one of these 4 avodas he had the wrong machshava, he could ruin it in any one of the 4. Shaloi lishman, he thought it was another type of mincha. Oy lishman v'shaloi lishman. Or he started off good. He said, this is a minchas choyte. And then he flipped it to a minchas knois. Shaloi lishman. Oy shaloi lishman. He started off bad. And then he flipped it to good. Psulois. Rashi just asked a very simple question. What's the chiddush? If you started off bad, of course it's not good. You can't take something that's bad and make it good. I hear a chiddush, if you start off good and then you messed up, okay, that's a chiddush. If you start off bad, so Rashi says beautifully, he says, I would think, he says, who the if you start off good and then you went bad, that's bad. Why? The toughest Lashon Achra. Maybe there's a whole concept in Shas, Tfois Lashon Achra, and we go by the last thing that you do, the first thing. So I would think, if you start off bad, but then you realize your mistake and you went to good, so it's good. You go by the whatever you did last. A lot of times in Shtoris and Lashonis and Shas, it goes by the last Lashon. So maybe also by a Maisa. He says, no, Kamash Malon, that even if you start good, and if you start bad and you went good, it's still bad. Ketzad Lishman v'Shaloi Lishman. This is simple stuff. What does it mean? You start off good and bad. You started off l'shem minchas choyta. You wanted a minchas choyta. L'shem minchas nedava, and then you went to the mincha nedava. Shaloi l'shman l'shman. How did you start off bad and then you went to good? L'shem minchas nedava. You went bad. It's not a minchas nedava. It's a minchas choyta. But you thought it was a minchas nedava to begin with. Then you went to minchas choyta. Great. Ask the Gemara. Lama li lemisna ella. Why do I need the word Ella? Only. How does the word only start? Just say, listen, if the kohen messes up, the owner has to bring another one. So says the Gemara Kamashmalan. This is already explained in the beginning of the Mishnah. The owner is not going to get a kapara from this one. But you continue doing what you need to do. Just because you messed up in the beginning doesn't mean you should continue messing up. You messed up once. Go back to what you were supposed to do. It was supposed to be a minchas choyte. You thought it's a minchas ndava. Now you figured it out. Go back to minchas choyte. I'm in a minchas choyte now. Continue doing it. The owner will bring another one. You just think that it's a minchas choyte. Kiderava. Rava says, Rava says that if it was a carbon, it was a oila, and you shechted it with thinking that it's a shlomim, let's say. So don't say, oh, it's a shlomim, forget it, I messed up, so let's continue with the mess up. No. When you sprinkle the blood on the mizbeach, you say to yourself, this is an oila. How does he know this? Either it's pure logic, or he has a pasuk. He has a svara how just because he made a mistake, he should continue with his mistake.
Where did they
I gotta tell you this. One of the most emotional stories that I heard over Shabbos, and I heard a lot of stories. A lot of people come to me, this story, that story. I see this guy, beard up to here, not stop. Payas. I haven't been to shul in 5 years, even on Yom Kippur. But since I started doing Yishir, I haven't missed a single tefillah in over a year. Mincha, Ma'ariv during the weekday. His wife, him, crying, tears the whole thing. This was an unbelievable story. He said it over to a few people sitting over here in this table. Chassidische Yingeman, married, abused as a child, decided one day that said he had enough with life. He's checking out. He's going to see what Gan Eden looks like. Set aside a bunch of pills. Thing is that he's part of the shir. He said, everybody, I'm just going to watch one more shir and then I'm going. I'm out of here. Crying as he's saying the story. And he watched the shir, and I must have said some sort of joke in the beginning, and he started laughing. It's not a geschmack to kill yourself while you're laughing. So he didn't, and then he started crying, and the whole zacha. He went through all the things. He gave him dopamine, he said, and he came back to himself, and he didn't take his own life, Baruch Hashem, and he's with us today. He says, shir didn't change my life, it gave me life.
Ooh, sharp.
But he said like this. He said, you once said in shir, he says, I wasn't religious at the time. And
Mojo from Tam
I said it once in church. I got to repeat this because it made such an impact on him. I want the Olam to know this. There are people out there that don't know this Yisoid, so I got to say it. It's a Pashut Yisoid, and I told it, since then I told it to a lot of Bochum that are struggling with Yiddishkeit, and they were shocked. You can tell it to people. If you see a guy out there, tell it to them. It's a big Yisoid. Just because, let's say a person was Mechal Shabbos in the morning, he smoked a cigarette on Shabbos, doesn't mean that Shabbos is over and that you should continue smoking. I already smoked, I already Mechal Shabbos, so that's it, it's over. No. You messed up in the morning, and now from that point on, you keep Shabbos. If a person has a taiva and he does something wrong, just because he messed up doesn't mean that the rest of the day, if a person eats treif, he ate treif in the morning, he was in the airport, he was starving, he saw some shmak of food in a restaurant, he messed up. So that's why you should eat treif in the evening also? Messed up. People don't realize, they think it's all or nothing, especially on Shabbos. This Shabbos, Friday night, I messed up, I drove. Okay. I promise you the Rebbeinu Shalom would love you if you say, listen, I messed up, but from here on I'm doing tshuva, I'm gonna keep Shabbos from here on out. These Bochum didn't know it. They said, really? I said, yeah. It's beautiful to Rebbeinu Shalom. He said, that's what brought him back, this Yisrael, because he said, you know what? I messed up on Shabbos. I think it was smoking, whatever it was. But I could keep at least an hour of Shabbos. So keep an hour. That hour, I don't touch a cigarette. Good. Next week he came, and it was an hour and a half. Like this, he built up. He built it up. Not the attitude of all or nothing. And this is Mamish, this is Gemara right over here. It says, it's a svara, it's common sense. Mishum de mishani, but because a person messed up, kol hani l'shani b'avenezel. That's why
next week will be better. Exactly.
So you messed up.
Jeder sieben
You might have to pay a little bit of knas because you messed up. You'll have to bring another carbon. But don't continue with your mistake. You hear this side. Tell people. They need to know this. Just because you watch one bad thing on the internet doesn't mean you continue watching the whole night. Well, you messed up once. You go weiter. Whatever it is. Whatever your taiva is, whatever your thing is. Remember this side. And some people say it's a pasuk. It says, Moitzos sefosecha tishmor v'asisa kasher nodarto l'Hashem elikecha nedava. We have a big problem with this pasuk. So first of all, this is gewaldig. I just realized. Last year at the Shabbaton, what is this? It looks much better, I think, this piece. Not working. Okay. Last year at the Shabbaton, I got up on a chair and I said, Rabbi Isai, I really want my son to learn Masechta Sanhedrin. 2 sons. And I need the Olam to chip in something. They're not going for the $1,000. I got spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Official was promising $1,000 for everybody that does Masechta Sanhedrin. It's not working for $1,000. So the Olam chipped in. One son, $10,000.
Pinnis is our revolution, Pinny.
Finish Sanhedrin. My b'char, $20,000.
Since the Milchuma noch nicht gewesen, as a movement mit a solche excitement.
Gewaldig, $20,000. You're asking for $20,000? Yeah, for $20,000 I'll do it. For $10,000, yeah, $10,000. Guess what? The guy that got the $10,000, he dropped out after 10 days. It wasn't enough for him. I don't know what. But the guy that got 20, he's still doing the daf till today, Baruch Hashem, without getting paid. So I mentioned on the Shabbaton yesterday, whatever. I said, if you promise, you have to pay. It's better not to promise than to promise and not pay. A guy writes me a text. He goes, "Oops, I'm one of the guys." It ended up that Yossi paid the whole 20,000 at the end. Not the whole, but whatever. Let's say 10 came out of his pocket. I think somebody. But this guy, I'm not making this up. He goes, he's a great guy. This guy. People push to forget. They promise on Shabbos and then they forget. That's why I don't promise on Shabbos. Not because I'm cheap.
Lieber Geld, bis geben.
So no, because the Vilna Gaon says you're not allowed to say an amount. I'm a gronik. No amounts. Which, of course, is the famous Maisa that I said over. I was in Deal, New Jersey. You're not going to... Every aliyah there. Bavur she Mustafa ben Yohanan Yiten. How much? $50,000 לבית-כנסת, $50,000 library, $150 this for Revi on Parshas Lech Lecha. 50, it's not chazak, nothing. $62,000 for this, Bekitzer. And then
you got eyes on him.
There, please don't call me up. Please. Yeah, moy, the Magid. I get up there. Misha Berach Avoter Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. Bavur Shiten. Nidava. Huh? מה זה נדבה? Just say it. Okay, nidava. Kitzer, I sent them $18 later. It was gewaldig. And then I got a letter from somebody. He says, you know, from all those people that donated, you are the #1 giver from the whole Shabbos. No, I'm kidding. It's half a joke. Fine. Sag the Gemara. So, here's the problem. Anybody that's part of MDY knows this because we have something silly to remember. What's the difference between a neder and a nedava? A Anybody that doesn't do the daf, know the difference? Anybody? That doesn't do the daf. Anybody that does the daf, know? In the whole room, anybody know? Very good. Zoo. Who said that? You know that? What's your name? Yossi. That's what I heard. How do you know? So what's what? You know how to remember it? Dove and zoo. Where does a bear belong? In a zoo. So that's how we remember. Seriously, this is how I'll show you in a second. A neder means harei alive.
Is hartzlich.
In general, I'm going to bring a carbon. If this one dies, I have to bring another one. The dava is zoo. Only this one. If this one dies, so how do you remember? Because in the middle of the word nedava, there's dalid vez, which is a dove, which is a beer. Where does a beer belong? In a zoo. So nedava, here we go. Let me see if I can find it. Otazai. Dove, zoo. Nedava is harei zoo.
Oh, I remember
this one, right over here. The problem is that in the same pasuk it says both words. It says nadarta nedava. So the Gemara says nedava nederhu. Karli neder, karli nedava. You're calling it both. Ella, pshat is im kemosh nedarta sisa yin neder. If you do what you're supposed to do, you say that it's a minchas chayta. Let's say and it's a chayta. Great, then you're yaitza. In lav, you're nedava. But if not, it's a nedava, and then you have to bring another one. Of Bezim and Bez. What are you supposed to say now? Givaldi.
I remember when we learned it.
And if it's a Nedava, you're not allowed to change things around. And with that, we go to our sponsors. Let's see who's sponsoring today.
Who is sponsoring today?
It's the same ones, the Dark Global, special experts.
Who gave my sponsor? I thank you for the sponsor, Van Hartnacht. Thank you so much for sponsoring the episode.
What's this? In Tivot. Modini Lit. Where's this? This was live. Oh, Rabbi, you're not going to believe this. Because I missed my flight today, because we don't have a Gulfstream yet. So, I got off the plane, and the Chevra, Meir Planka, Meir Blau, and the Chevra, they got us a room in the Marriott to give a shir. There is no price to give a shir and to do it so that nobody waits. 10 people, okay? $1,000 for the room. You hear this? $1,000. So much they took from us. But it was kedai. It was worth every minute. I gave 2 shiurim there, 2 Hebrew shiurim. But as I was giving it, these guys were watching live at their location in Rechasim, you said? And you could see, this is the same chart I showed you before of the milas and the chesronos of the daf. I was in that hotel conference room. Zog the Gemara. Where are we holding
From
time-wise,
Perry
Mark?
K? No, not that I know of. Cop machine would do that.
We'll go weiter. Now we're ready? So we have to do this whole Amid in 3 minutes. Okay, great. Anybody that does the daf knows that Amid Beis is much easier always. The way they designed the Gemara, Amid Beis is always easier than Amid Aleph. It's just a klal gadol. If a haraya goes much quicker and it's faster, and you cannot do it on 1.5 speed. Trust me, if you're going to do it on 1.5 speed, it's like 4 speed. So here we go. Le'emas isn't like Reb Shimon. Our Mishnah must be not going like Reb Shimon by Yochai. This is how Reb Shimon Oimer. Reb Shimon says, if you mess up on your mincha, instead of thinking that it's a minchas choyde, you think it's a nedava, ksherois, it's kosher. Ve'olu lebalim l'shem choyva. By the way, I just noticed now, it doesn't say the word elo over here. It doesn't say elo olu lebalim. It says ve'olu, mamish like the Gemara is asking, why does it say ve'loy olu? Always says ve'olu. It works. A guy doesn't have to bring another carbon. That's mamish the opposite of what we said in the Mishnah. The Mishnah says it doesn't work for the owner.
He's not gonna
and I'll tell you why, says the Gemara, because a carbon is different. Actions speak louder than words. If I'm making a thin mincha, obviously I'm not making a thick one. So I could say thick all I want, but it's thin. It's hard like a rock. I could say it's soft, doesn't matter. So what I say is nothing when my action is different than my words. I'm not going to listen to my words.
Menschen versuchen, dass sie reden als Sache, but
They're
ain't doing the walk. Talking the talk, not walking the walk.
If it's dry, like a boxer, I could say blula whatever, or the opposite. It's obvious that I try to do a charev. Don't bring me a ride from Korbanos. Over there, shchidachas lekulon, you can nachas lekulon. When you shech the oil, it's the same thing as shechting shlamim. So there's no raya what are you shechting. The same thing with Kabbalah and Eiloch, etc. Says Gemara, so we have a contradiction between Reb Shimon, Bar Yochai, and our Mishnah. Says Gemara, perhaps Rav Ashi Domer Kam Bekoyim Machmas.
Finde just ein Jahr. Gotta slowly introduce,
you
know,
what
it is, visa is.
Machmas, Marcheshes. That's different. Kam Bekoyim Minchas Machmas, the Shum Minchas Marcheshes. When a person says, I'm making a Minchas Machmas, he sticks the word Mincha in. So then he ruined it. Instead of Minchas Marcheshes.
Why are we telling people not to chill?
The reason why it doesn't work in our Mishnah is because he made a kavanah. He said, I'm doing a mincha, different type of mincha. That's why it's possible. You say, I'm making a marcheshes instead of a machvas. That's not the end of the world.
No idea.
We're going to see Rabba and Rov in a second. Perhaps,
you
like
can ask.
Rabba answers. That what? There's a difference. Another nafkamina. And perhaps that's Reb Shimon Bar Yochai is talking about one thing and our Mishnah is talking about another thing. That what? He answers over there.
The email will be.
We'll see later.
Do I beat you? At gmail.com.
When a person, here, check this out. Yoshi came off a plane. You know how it is when you fly. I know how it is. The young guys don't know. The Kayan, he can mess up by thinking instead of the guy on the right, the guy on the left. Instead of Reuven, he did Shimon. That's a big mess up. It's different than thinking about two different types of korbanos. The left, he said it's a nadava instead of a chayta. Okay, nishkipel, not the end of the world. That Rav Shimon Bar Yochai says you're yoytzei. When you mess up the owner, that's a problem. Kam b'shinu kodesh, kam b'shinu bailam. Our mission is talking about changing change in ownership. Change in ownership, that's no good. That ruins it. Hamas needs the b'shinu kodeshu. How could you say such a pshat in our Mishnah? It says mefurish diktani ketzel l'shmam shel l'shman. That's what the Gemara says. It can't be the pshat. It says mefurish in our Mishnah. We're talking about what's the difference. L'shma, according to you, it should say it instead of Reuven, it said Shimon. No, that's not what it says in our Mishnah. L'shum minchas chayte, l'shum minchas ndava.
Gang, I'll review it tomorrow.
The problem is that you change the designation of the
mincha.
This instead of a chayte, it's a nedava. It doesn't say anything about Reuven and Shimon. Maybe okay, so we'll go a different route. We'll go with Rava, not Rabba. Person messed up, he thought that he's bringing a carbon for a mincha for a carbon instead of a mincha for a mincha. Again, you can't say that pshat. A person messes up and he does mincha for a carbon, that's no good, says Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. I'm sorry, our Mishnah says it's no good. Reb Shimon Bar Yochai is talking about a mincha for a mincha, so that's okay. Again, it doesn't
morgen in the free in the live, welches reviewen. Noch traden.
What's the mashal of the Mishnah?
Zay channel though.
He didn't bring it for a carbon, he brought it for a different type of mincha. Like we said before, we started off the sugya. We can't answer the Gemara like Rabba and Rabba. Okay. However, Ura made the Reb Shimon, not the Reb Shimon. But we do have a contradiction between Reb Shimon Bar Yochai himself. The Sanya, Reb Shimon Oimer. What does Reb Shimon Bar Yochai say? That if you mess up on the type of mincha, it works for the owner. We have a brisa that says, Sanya Reb Shimon Oimer, Kodesh Kadoshim in Kechatas Hagashim. It says in the pasuk regarding a mincha, talking about a mincha, it says a mincha is like a chatas, like a asham. Really? A mincha is like a chatas, like a asham. In what way? Yesh mem kachatas, yesh mem ka'asham. I got to take a drink here from this class because my official, again, at the Hasidim, they don't like when people are Litvish. They want to change the whole world to Hasidim. So he bought me this silver cup, a Rebbesh cup, with a silver top, and I'm going to have to drink from it. It's not nice. He bought me a gift.
No, you don't have to.
And I said as a joke, and I hope nobody takes it seriously. Next thing is they're going to buy me one of those umbrellas with the silver top. You know what I'm talking about?
Wat ga je te maken voor
Walk
een
like
Rebbe?
this in the street. A stecken. What is it called? It's not a stecken. A stecken is what my Rebbe gave me petch with. This is a Rebbe's stecken, a zilbene stecken. Yeah. But my official is my official, so I'm going to have a Rebbe's glass now. It says, in Anis with Mokum Ashir. Okay, great.
No, einer hat gesponsert. Wie heißt das? Someone sponsored this episode.
No, it comes with the glass cup inside the silver. It's a whole matzah. I'm just nervous.
Yes,
all these
Music
guys, they come
Manic.
and schmooze with me 2-3 times a week. They knock the glass over, the cup over onto the floor. It's a whole mess. We bring out the machine. So if that falls on the floor, it's going to be worse than the Molandi's Becher. Sometimes the mincha is like a chat, sometimes like a asham. By the way, Mark, how many minutes since you said an hour? I'm just curious. You did a half of it now. 3 minutes. I'm telling you, it's much easier. All is always easier. There's less stories, less mashalim. I don't know. It just goes. Yeshmim Gechadas, poor Rosh Koil hasn't learned the word since I called him out. Yeshmim Gechadas, Yeshmim Kasham.
That's right.
Yeshmim Gechadas, Yeshmim Kasham. Mincha is quite direct Gechadas. Sometimes a mincha is like a chatas. Lefichach kmatza shaloi lishma psula kachatas. We know the first Mishnah of Zvachim that if you mess up on a chatas, that's it, toss it out. So the same thing by a minchas choite, if you mess up, toss it. Lefichach kmatza shaloi lishma, you had the wrong intent while you were doing the kmitza, putting your hand in. Hustle psula kachatas. Now, how is a mincha similar to asham? Minchas nedava areiki asham. Oh, if I'm bringing a voluntary mincha, what's about? I want to give something beautiful to the Rebbeinu Shalom, but I can't afford it. So I bring a bag of flour to the Beis Hamikdash. That's like a asham. If the kohen messes up on the kmitza, he puts his hand in and thinks, oh, it's not a nedava, it's a minchas chayta. Kshero. Now it's kosher. The problem is that we just read here that according to Reb Shimon, it doesn't work. And Reb Shimon says that if you mess up, it does work. He said it's like a chatas. If you mess up on the chatas, Reb Shimon is mechulek on two things. He holds that even by a chatas, if you mess up, you continue to bring it. It's good. And over here we just read in the Brisa that if you mess up on a chatas, it's no good.
I grew up.
We have to reconcile this. When you mess up in the type of korbanos, the type of mincha, that's kosher. That's what Reb Shimon was saying it's kosher. Why? Because the mais is moichiach. What's mais moichiach? I could tell from what you're doing that you didn't really mean to say that. Sometimes, you say the wrong, you call your kid, anybody that has boys, you go from the top, you keep going, Aaron, Kivi, Lozi, You know what I'm talking about? You don't mean to say it. So the guy's in front of you, the mais is a mechiach, right? When your kid is in front of you, you call him the wrong name. You didn't mean to call him that. It just came out of your mouth. When you're talking about a minchas marcheshes and you call it a minchas whatever, you didn't mean that. It's in front of you. That's when it's kodesh. Kamishin and bailam. But when there's another owner, you're calling it a Reuben instead of Shimon. That is possible. Because over here you can't prove what you meant and what you didn't mean. That was in your machshava in your head. Amalei Abai. Bichti machshava the pasuk Rachmana Keshi says Abai, what difference does it make? I'm learning this from a limud in the Torah. When it comes to a limud, you can't start making nafkeminas. Mali shinu kodesh, mali shinu bailam. If you mess up, you mess up. Amalei masem achichiv l'kamer Reb Shimon svari. This is logic. It's not a limud in the Torah. Ubasep, why would Reb Shimon do logic? The Reb Shimon dorish time in the crow. I was just thinking, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but a lot of Hasidim, they're very into Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. By them, like Ba'omer is mamish like maybe the holiest yont of the year by a lot of Hasidim. It could be like on the same level as Simchas Torah, as Yom Kippur. And Hasidim, they always look at the Pnimis HaTorah. What's going on behind the scenes? Why did the Rebbeinu Shalom say this? Why that? And here, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, throughout Shas, he's dorish time of the crow. Like when you when you take a mashkin from somebody, you have to give it back every night. So Shimon starts saying, well, it depends. The Torah says almana, not almana. He starts going into the reasoning behind it. So there also, there's reasons. You have to know the svara, and sometimes when the svara doesn't work, so what if the Torah said it? The Torah didn't mean it. You could see what the person's machshava was by the action that he's taking. And since he's making a thick mincha, that's what he meant to do. So don't tell me he said a thin one. He made a thick one. Mara, the Rishim Dorish having the grow. Machshava deliminkra pasur rachmana. When you can't tell what he was doing, what he didn't do, that's possible. Machshava deminkra pasur rachmana. But a machshava. How much time do we have, Mark? How come I don't have a clock here? It says 1:22. Okay, so that's good for the first. Do we have time for notes?
Do we have
Hold
time
on,
for
I'm at the end now.
notes?
57. Are you serious? Okay, I have to. First of all, I have to say like this. Kakal gave us a very large donation for our Shabbaton, so I want to thank Kakal. And over here we have Michael Ben-Shitrit, in honor of my father, Jack Ben-Shitrit, for attending the shir in person. He said Shalom Aleichem to me twice. Shalom Aleichem, and Michael's brother is there as well. A very, very big part of the Daf in Miami. And I heard that your father, Michael's father, Jack, is a very big part. How long have you been doing the Daf with me? 4 or 5 years. You want to go on the cruise with us? Be'ezrat Hashem. Daddy and Mommy Katz, in honor of Chaim Aaron Katz from Gateshead, finishing Shas today. 7.5 years with Rebelli. Unbelievable. That's a tremendous chizuk. 7.5 years. It's very rare to have people that finish Shas. So this is the third person that wrote in. Avi Kamiansky did a Sima Shas with us, with MDY, at the Shabbaton. A lot of people, they start strong, and even if they're going stark, they go to another sheer middle, they drop off, they start doing Eon. I don't know what they do. 7.5 years is a long time. So Yishkoyach, beautiful. Keep on going, keep on steiging.
Sie geht dann werden Azach, by the way.
I went
Jinge hebben gaan ending Shas, rechts und links.
to visit Avi Spyro, right? That's how you say the last name?
So fangt zu jetzt.
As ALS.
Zusammen
He
der Programm.
watches the sheer MS. He basically is in bed and he could speak. I heard a beautiful, he said, they retired to me. Watches the sheer twice a day. He knows Mesechtes Megillah Baal Peh. He learns and learns. He spends his day learning Torah. I believe his son is here, Kiva Spyro, somewhere. He came with us. So it was it was unbelievable to see him in Mamish. We were all crying. He had tears in his eyes. He does the shir twice a day, the unedited version and the edited version. So, Baruch should give him a lot of koiches, give the family koiches. Goldstein and Graber and Schnell families.
Tell us you can do the 20-minute one a day.
Of a four Shlema 4, Gila Bracha, Bas, Michal Ilana, and Penny Osreicher, Lezech Nishma Zissel Bas Yeshua Osreicher Shalom, Yartzeichov Gimel Teves, Yisrael Mordechai Bailush, the Tzaddik Reb Eli. Thanks for inspiring the Bachrim to come after a full day of learning. Yes, it's tremendous that the Bachrim, they come every day after learning, and they can do who knows what. They can, I don't know, play video games, and they come and they learn Torah every single day. Tremendous. Joseph Lowy, in honor of Nachman Seltz's brown horse with a white stripe. Yours truly, Remy. Those who know.
Inside Joe.
Unfortunately, for my mother, Peril Bas Rivka. By the way, I'm very happy that I didn't read all of these before this year. It's like crazy amount of sponsors. Unfortunately, for my mother, Peril Bas Rivka, Mrs. Peril Cohen from Toronto. This is that room that cost us $1,000 worth every penny. There's no limit to how much we spend to make Torah enjoyable. It actually, by the way, our shir costs us, people don't know this, but our shir costs over $2.5 million a year to produce. And that's what we do for Torah to be Geshmak. You know what? Let me just make sure that I didn't leave off any Geshmak.
$2.5 million.
Okay, tomorrow will be more Geshmak because Yoshi's back and all our artists are back in Eretz Yisrael. Yishkoich for having me. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Everybody's packing up. All right, Chevra. Wow. All right. And some are done. The sheet is done. We'll give my thanks for the sponsor. Man got a sponsor to watching the Daf. And yeah, that's why we did it. So thank you for the sponsorship. All right, Chevra. Sie kommen der Zeit. Jemand darf sich segnen, man darf sagen goodbye. Kind of easy, no matter how many times I try. But I gotta do it. We'll give my story for jeder, du gehen eine lange Zeit, eine kurze Zeit, für die Division, wir gehen auf eine andere Tab. Ich mache mir YouTube eine Tab, aber warum ich mal dir? So, ich will geben my story für alle Likes, Shares, Comments, Subscribers, and especially members. In für Liebe Brach. Werden schicken a Super Chat. And a special thanks to the sponsorship von Hand Nacht. That's how the channel keeps going, you know, sponsorships and stuff like that. All right, housekeeping. Du wirst etwas schicken zu der Unboxing. Aber vermutlich in der Früh, aber ich bin der Address on top. What else? Tomorrow, 10 noch 9 live. So, we'll see you there. 9:10 in the morning. Alrighty. Have a lovely and awesome night. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the opportunity. And we'll see you all on the next one. Until next time, stay kind to one another. Peace.